Johnson, as he was known in last week's game, was our player of the game. He brought the nasty last week. Multiple QB pressures, big hits, and he was a disruptor all night long. Now the Falcons are continuing to heat up, winning 3 straight games, and are fired up for this homecoming matchup tonight. In town tonight, trying to stop the homecoming party is the Chisholm Longhorns. They defeated Newkirk last week 34-14. The team has won 3 games in a row, and in their own right should be considered a very hot team. Now, this is a well-coached physical team with big play dynamic ability. They are looking to have a party of their own right here at Good Stadium. Buckle up, folks. This will be a good one. Welcome to Falcon Pregame, sponsored by Love Student of the Month. Love Student of the Month would like to celebrate and recognize students who exemplify outstanding characteristics in the classroom and citizenship in our community. Each month, a student will be selected as Student of the Month and qualified to win $10,000 in cash scholarship. Apply your child or student today at www.kvsp.com. Rules and regulations do apply. That's www.kvsp.com. I'm Maurice Prince, and guess what, folks? Guess what? Guess who I found just walking around? Folks, it's the coach in the box. You've been asking me, texting me, where is he? Coach, Gary Woods is here.
Homecoming! That's what we say around the wood. That's a throwback to back in the day. All of the Millwood alums who wore the blue, wore the white, played on the L.W. Good facility in Leotis Robinson Field. It's homecoming. It's a great day to be here. I'm excited to be with you, Mo.
Okay, now the question, folks, you should be asking yourself, because Gary always ghosts me when it comes to plates. There's going to be something good cooking at the concession stand tonight. I mean, it's going to be some pork chops, baby back ribs, brisket, all that stuff.
Fish.
You know, so all that stuff is here. And
some Kool-Aid.
Yeah, and while he's over here eating, he's going to be talking about, yeah, Mo, go ahead, do the play. It's just wrong. So, Gary, the Falcons are not hitting on all cylinders on offense just yet. What can the coaches do to simplify and try to get this offense operating at a higher level? It's been good when it needed to be good, but how do you get it to operate at a higher level?
Well, you just pretty much got to commit to it. You know, you got to commit to doing what we do. We know we have the skill talent to be able to throw the ball. We know we have the quarterback with the arm, but this is Class 2A. And in 2A, you got to run the football. You got to be able to control the clock. You got to be able to maintain possessions. And so you have to be in a situation or a scenario where you got to run the ball to set up the pass. You know, most of the time, especially in high school. This isn't college. This isn't the NFL, where you can actually throw the ball with a level of proficiency that will set up the run. So we got to be committed. We got to, of course, we're getting our pieces back. Our line is starting to gel a little bit. Again, not where we want it, but it takes time, especially considering the fact that we've dealt with some injuries. We had some players out, but it's coming. You just got to commit to it. You got to stay with it and see where it goes.
Now, the defense has been a mixture of ugly, good at times, and then outright mean in others. I mean, we've seen flashes of what this defense can be in different games. So where do you think, if I had to say here, where this defense is right now? If you had to gauge it over the course of some games here, what would you say?
Well, I mean, I think they're not where they want to be. I know that. However, again, you were talking about last week. You had, Mr. Yakum, he was bringing that yak to him. You were saying that you looked up and you heard a thump down there and it sounded like a yakum. And so my man so you're getting a guy that's stepping forward and making plays. And what happens is that just like with anything else, the defense has to gel too. Got a new defensive coordinator this year. In previous years we had Coach Donovan Woods, due to some life changes and things of that nature. He's no longer with the Falcon defensive staff, leading that as a coordinator. We have a new defensive coordinator. Those changes like that take a little bit of time, and you got to just be patient with it. But the talent is there. It's always been there. We're Millwood. Ain't nothing changed. The pedigree is strong. The lineage is what it is. We can predict the kids. We see the kids coming from the 3rd grade all the way up. The talent is there. Sometimes you just got to wait on it.
Yeah, and that being said, you've had guys putting in different spots. And I think I had a chance to talk to Coach Franklin about some of those issues. You're going to hear from him in pregame as well later on these very same issues. But when you have a defense that's showing you all three, the identity tells you that once they consistently gets there, things will come together the way it needs to be.
Got to trust the process, Mo.
And that's what it really is. And, again, for anybody out there, football, if you come out the gate smoking hot in football, you tend to cool off and go home early when the playoffs come. If you can build and build all the way through into into the playoffs, it usually means that your team will peak at the right time and play the best football at the end of the year.
You know, a good friend of mine, frat brother of mine, we used to always talk about this when we were coaching youth football, and when we moved in and started, when I was doing some coaching here and over at other places. It's important that you peak at the right time. And so we're in this process, right? It's early in the season. It's still warm outside. I'm calling the game with you. I'm wearing a T-shirt, right? But as the fall continues to come in, it starts to get cold. Guys are playing together. They're getting more reps together. They start to build. They start to get more confidence. They start to figure out more about what they're doing, their identity, both offensively and defensively. When it's time to peak, it's important that they peak at the right time.
I agree. The field is in great condition. I was actually out here last night when Coach Franklin was working on the field. The field looks great tonight. Game time temperature should be right around 90 degrees, and the heat will hold steady, falling only slightly into the mid-80s. It will cool off quickly when the sun goes down, though, so it might get to the upper 70s, but low 80s, but we'll see how that falls. The winds right now are not a factor in tonight's contest as of right now, but we know in Oklahoma when the sun goes down, the wind can blow. Now, the head coach for Chisholm is Kimes Gilbert, and the head coach for the Millwood Falcon in his 11th season is Coach Darwin Franklin. When we come back, we're going to let you hear from Coach Franklin. Got a lot of audio from him tonight. Want you guys to react, give Coach Franklin a chance to get to that. We also are going to have an opportunity to talk about the players to watch, the Super Prep players to watch tonight, and also the Narissa Berry Insurance keys to the game. Coach Wood's got to give those to us. He's got to give those to us. He's been on break. I'm going to test him, folks, so that way he can grade them at halftime. It is homecoming, so expect an extended halftime tonight, folks, where the homecoming court will be introduced, and also the king and queen will be coronated. If you are here near the multi-sport complex, you can see the beautiful chairs for the king and queen already on display tonight. They are just lovely, draped in gold on the outside, folks. So they will be sitting there watching the game from the second half, I'm sure.
Looking all pristine.
Want to make sure we thank all our sponsors in the meantime. That's Sunbeam Family Services, OG&E, the Millwood Enrichment Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance, the Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. We'll be back on the other side with Coach Franklin. It's coming up next. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
This is our Love's Travel Stop Student of the Month, Kiana Tubbs, from Cristo Rey, OKC Catholic High School. Thanks for joining us, Kiana.
Thank you guys for having me.
So I heard that you currently have a 4.2857 GPA.
Yes.
That is really impressive. Can you tell us a little bit about what motivates you in school?
So what motivates me in school is just kind of wanting to go to the higher levels, so wanting to go to college, but also having a support system in my family and friends and just wanting to make them proud. So student government, I'm involved as the student body president, so I had to run and be elected for student body president.
I also heard that you have plans to attend Howard University and pursue a career as a criminal defense attorney. What led to that career choice, and was that always something you wanted to do?
So I've always been into politics and law, but I didn't exactly know what I wanted to do in that area. And so I combined my passion of helping people, and so that's kind of how I came up with criminal defense attorney. It's helping people when they're in a position where they can't help themselves.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Huntington Fine Jewelers presents the Oklahoma Bridal Show Sunday, October 1st from 1 to 4:30 at the Nye University Center on the UCO campus in Edmond, featuring wedding exhibitors from the finest bridal shops, photographers, formal wear, and more. Register to win prizes and take advantage of the show discounts. For more information, log on to okbride.com. Plan the perfect wedding at the Oklahoma Bridal Show Sunday, October 1st from 1 to 4:30 at Nye University Center on the campus of UCO in Edmond. Huntington Fine Jewelers and Legacy Prom and Bridal.
Escalade IQ, this is the intro to the all-electric Cadillac perfection like Zoom. And on a full charge, you get 450 miles without the stop haiku. This is what I do, daddy fat intellect since 92. Link all the way back, panoramic roof. Come with 24-inch rim stand.
Hey, this right here is a fat butt. Everybody been hearing about it on the radio. You can come to my Millwood City location, 6003 Southeast 15, or you can go to my Edmond, 285 South Santa Fe. Come get you one of these taters.
And her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $40 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $18 a month, a savings of nearly $300 a year.
Whether you need a $100,000 policy or a $10 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. In a hurry? Don't worry. With SelectQuote, you can get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-705-3030. That's 1-800-705-3030. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-705-3030.
Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's time for the Millwood Falcons pregame show right here on Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140.
And we are back, and this time we brought bringing the marching pride with us. If it sounds like it's coming through your radio, and if you're listening on your radio tonight, thank you for joining us. We truly appreciate it. However, you can join us right now by downloading the app, stream PPBC TV, PPBC TV. Download the app, and then you can join us right here. I just love the drums. The louder the drums, the lot harder it is for me to talk. But in other words, they're getting themselves set up. But anyway, when we talk about this Chisholm team, this Longhorn squad, they are averaging 19 points a game, giving up 22. So they're -3 on the year for that. The interesting part, Gary, you and I talked about it briefly a little bit, is that both Chisholm and Alma both lost to Fairview. Fairview is the #1 team in Class A, and that is a mind-blowing thing when you think about it.
Yeah, I actually made a mental note of that. You know, Chisholm's record being 3-1, their only loss coming to Fairview. But then again, Fairview right now, self-proclaimed 2A killer, right? I mean, they're 2-0 against 2A competition out there in that part of Oklahoma, both of those programs. So, but historically, what do we know about Chisholm, right? Good program, solid program, typically well coached. We were talking about schematically what they want to do. They kind of want to finesse you. They kind of want to like formation you a little bit, and then just come right at you and attack you.
Right, give you different looks, create isolation, and then try to force you to make a bad play, be out of position, and get somebody running free. They're very good in space. But before we talk a little bit more about Chisholm, let's talk about the Falcons, all right? Last week we had an opportunity, or earlier yesterday, I had a chance to talk to Coach Franklin, and here's his thoughts about the play that they had against Alva, and then we'll get his idea on some other issues as well. Here's Coach Franklin right now.
Too many mistakes early, just broken assignments. Didn't communicate real well on the back end, early at least. Once guys got out and kind of figured some things out, and we walked them through it, made it a little bit easier to make adjustments. Still coming together, still some early season woes. We cleaned up some things on the O-line as far as holdings and some penalties there. But then we turn around and miss some assignments. So it's still a work in progress. We haven't arrived by no means, and still a lot of things that we got to get better at, and guys got to keep on moving in the right direction.
That's Coach Franklin in response to how they played at Alva last week. When you hear him, it's a lot of what we talked about in pregame. And, again, he understands that his team is still growing. But he said, we started bad, but we did some things right, but we have not arrived. Your thoughts to that?
I love the fact that Coach Darwin Franklin, he makes no excuses. He just tells it like it is, and he approaches it just in a matter-of-fact way. Hey, we got to get better. He tells the truth about that. He's not making up any excuses or trying to cover up anything. He just says, hey, we haven't arrived yet. But, again, when you are that self-aware as a coaching staff under his leadership, and you can look at what's going on with your program, and then you can be real about how you approach it, whether it be just more repetitions or whether it's a situation where you might need to make some changes. That's a very, very real thing, and that's how you get better. That's how you again, the rising tide float all boats, right? And so he believes in that wholeheartedly. Again, I've said this in the past, and I believe it wholeheartedly, because he is a son of the program, because he's a son of Millwood, our program will always be in great hands. And it starts with that accountability and that self-awareness, and I just respect the man wholeheartedly for that.
I also asked him about the identity of the team, and I said to him, because the offense has not been, in the last few years, you get spoiled, all right?
Oh, yeah.
The Falcons have come out, laying all types of points, and they still are capable. The talent is there. I mean, you saw them a couple weeks ago, put a ton of points up during Soul Bowl. So, I mean, this team is capable of doing that. But I asked him about the identity of this team, and so this is what his thought was when I asked him about his defense leading this team.
Yeah, I think that, defense wins championships. So if that's something that we got to get better at and we keep focusing on, then we'll accept that. Offensive identity, in all honesty, I've never, ever wanted a team to offensively click early. I've never wanted it. That's a mixture of bad things to come if your offense is clicking and your defense isn't. But if your defense is finding themselves and your offense is still able to win ball games while they're still trying to figure it out, we still don't have the same starting line all season long. We haven't had the same guys, but, hopefully we will get to a point to where we can have that consistency. And once we can start having those consistent times, then things can start moving in the right direction.
A defensive-led team. And nowadays, that's like a foreign language because people, I'm not going to Norman, but I'm going to go to Norman. Oh, they're not the same OU team. They're not hanging 40 on people in their sleep. So when you don't see that instantly in instant offense, you tend to do that. But he's talking about his defense. He says, yes, that is the identity of the team. But you really like the comment that he made in regards to doesn't want his offense to start early.
Yeah, because he said it's a bad thing when the offense is clicking and you don't have a defense there. I mean, the key to winning the games is, first of all, you talk about OU as an example, and they're hanging 50 and all that stuff on people. But people look at the touchdowns, they think about the big offensive plays, but what they're not looking at is how many times does the defense give the offense back the ball? How many times do they get 3 and outs? How many times do they give them the ball in great field position? That's defense, and he's right. Defense does win championships. Defense should lead the way. particularly as the offense is still continuing to form its identity. You can coach defense. The schemes are there, running hit safeties, cover corners, penetrating defensive line, running hit backers. Those are all standard. That's standard. So, and that's something that we're going to always have. Offense, a lot of difference there. A lot of different personalities. You got new running backs. You got receiving core that's returning, but they're still trying to figure out how to work with each other. You got a quarterback who was returning from last year as a true freshman who now is able to do a lot more. So he's growing and developing and figuring some things out. And again, you don't have that leading running back that you had last year.
Right.
So you got running back by committee.
Right.
Okay.
Until a lead horse.
Until a lead horse steps forward. That's right.
So that being said, Coach Franklin, I asked him also about his thoughts about this Chisholm team that he's taking on tonight.
Very physical, young. They were young last year. They got a year full of experience, so they have their youth, but a lot of experience to go along with it. Very physical, very purposeful. They know who they are, it looks like, and they might still be figuring some of their things out. I don't know, but I definitely know they look good on. They definitely look good on film. They're very physical coming downhill. They break tackles real easy. So we're going to definitely have to. One of the things that we talked about is we're going to definitely have to make sure that we are wrapping up, that we're not trying to arm tackle, that we got a near foot, step into it, bring our hips, bend our knees, and not be waist benders, which is something we did last week. A lot of arm tackling, and then come downhill.
That's Coach Franklin's thought about the team. What's your reaction to that, Coach?
Yeah, he's like none of this Olay tackling, right? Reaching out there trying to grab on the people, not grabbing. You want to put that Rydell, you want to put those shoulder pads on somebody, and you want to make sure that you wrap up, get guys to the ground. Making sure you do your assignments, making sure you're where you're supposed to be. We can't, like you said, Chisholm wants to get you in isolation. They want to get the ball out there and hope that you slip down, right? And we kind of saw that early in the season, first game of the season, in fact, against Heritage Hall, where they made plays in that first half because, again, we talked about how Millwood was able to bring it together in the second half and do some good things. They didn't win the game, but they did good things. And that was because in the early part of the game, what happened? Missed tackles.
Right.
Not getting in the right position, not executing in terms of your technique, all of that sort of thing. So he's right about everything he said, and it mimics what we've seen.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We still have to give you the players of the game by Super Prep and also the keys to the game, sponsored by Narissa Berry Insurance. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City, we're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast, and with today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great, and yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood Enrichment Foundation President, also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board Vice President.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Enrichment Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH OKC.
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal, and you have a great day.
Thank you. $18
a month, a savings of nearly $300 a year.
Whether you need a $100,000 policy or a $10 million policy, Select Quote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. In a hurry? Don't worry. With Select Quote, you can get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-705-3030. That's 1-800-705-3030. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-705-3030.
Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
KRMP, K221FQ, Oklahoma City. The all-new Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140, a Very Broadcasting station.
Welcome back to the Millwood Homecoming 2023. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call. Real quick, Gary, let's go through the Narissa Berry keys to the game tonight.
Well, here's where I'm going to start off. Number one, turnovers. We want to make sure we minimize turnovers. We want to make sure that we have takeaways from Chisholm. Number two, we have to make sure that we tackle in space. We got to get them to the ground. No grabbing, no diving at people's feet. We got to see what we hit. Number three, we have to run the football. We need to have some creative run game. We need to commit to running the football so that we can maintain possessions and control the clock. And last but not least, minimize mental mistakes. We cannot have the drive killers, and we cannot have the mental mistakes that sustain drives of the opposing team.
That take away things from you. All right, let's get to the keys to the game, our key players of the game, sponsored by Super Prep. Super Prep, one of the premier outlets for the very best in high school and college athletes in the city, state, and nation. Super Prep can be found on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and social media at Super Prep OK. Now, those key players for Chisholm. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and throw out there Mr. Easton Johns. He is a tight end for the Longhorns, Gary, and this young man is dynamic. He's getting D1 offers. They like to move him around. He's a two-way player. He will play a little bit of linebacker, play a little bit of DN, but they can flex him out. He can line up as a receiver, and he's very good on route running and breaking tackles. He's the guy who says, I want to be that guy that you choose to isolate in space. If you're the Falcons tonight, I'm going to go ahead and give it to the signal caller. Of course, number one, the player to watch for them is going to be, of course, C.J. Turnbull. The reason why is each game he's showing another layer of his skill set. And to me, each game looks like he's about to explode. There's a play or two where he's contributing, whether it be in the punting game, whether it be in the receiving game, whether it will be on just as a quarterback and a leader. I look to him tonight to have a game that might be one that we'll be talking about going into next week.
No, I agree with you. He just needs to manage the game. He doesn't need to do too much. Just make sure he leads.
Now, we're set to get this all jumping off right about now. And the Falcons band did a wonderful rendition of the national anthem. So, getting this thing going here, it looks like the Falcons will be receiving the ball first.
Looks like they're going to kick.
Oh, they're going to kick the ball first? Okay. So the Falcons are going to be kicking coming from the south end zone right now. So here we go. Okay, there's the kicker. I was waiting on that. So here we go. So now we're going to go ahead and kick this ball away. So to me, the defense gets to be on the field first, Gary. So instantly, to me, you're the tone setter instantly. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, Coach Franklin wants to lead with the defense. Again, that's where we're establishing. And, you know, when you talk about keys to the game, let's see what this front seven does as it relates to their ability to communicate and also their ability to stop the run.
Yeah, and I think it's an important thing to try and go ahead and do that. Kickoff is away. It's going to bounce down at the 25-yard line, and that's where the Falcons, or excuse me, where the Longhorns will have set up shop 1st and 10.
A little bit of a high onside, hit the ground. Again, I don't think the kicking team was expecting for the kick to come off that short, but let's see what the defense lines up and gives us coming off the initial sideline.
And to me, that's the most important thing that they can have. And again, the offense is led by number 7, which is Hamilton, Keaton Hamilton. He was a starter last year for this team. We saw a lot of him. He got the red socks on out there, folks. Ball is snapped. Hamilton's going to put it in the belly of the little bit of a belly play right there in the middle. The Falcon defense is stout after a gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, inside counter play, again, out of the shotgun formation. And it looks like they had about a gain of about 2.5, maybe almost 3.
So a gain of 3 on the play, we'll call it, as they take the ball out to the 28-yard line now. That's going to set up, as it stands right now, 2nd down and 7. 11:34 to go in the first quarter of tonight's homecoming game. Are you ready? And before things get started here, looks like there's some motion on the Longhorn front line.
Yeah, it looks like there was
false start. So false start penalty against the Longhorns right there. It's going to cost them 5 yards, move the ball back to the 23-yard line.
Are you noticing, Mo, a little bit of a difference? Cameron Carter now looks like he's playing the Sam instead of playing the Mike like he normally does defensively.
Single back. Now the backfield goes empty. We have 4 receivers wide. They're going to throw it down the middle of the field, and that pass is incomplete.
Great play by Deshaun Buford breaking that pass up.
Pass was intended for Anderson on the play.
Buford on the coverage.
Nice job. And nice that Cameron Carter came back just for you. He was out last week, did not get a chance to play. So I'm glad to see him back out there. And that's the thing that Coach Franklin was talking about, not having the same guys available every night. And this time the Falcons get a little eager on that line of scrimmage there. Jordan Johnson looks like he got into the neutral zone there. So it's going to be a penalty against the Falcons there.
Yeah, and so, again, you had a 3rd down and long situation, and now you're back to, like, what, a 3rd and 8 or 3rd and 7?
Yeah, you gave it back to him. You gave it back to him. So now 3rd down and 7 is what it will be. We've got single back, 4 receivers, trips to the right side, ball snapped. He's going to throw the ball across the middle. The pass is going to be caught over the middle, and it was a beautiful thrown pass there by Hamilton. Hamilton's going to get the ball into Millwood territory. It was beautiful, but there were 2 Falcons in the area there, Gary.
Yeah, I was kind of watching that play. It was a glance route that was thrown, and, you know, the defensive back, Billy Davis for Millwood, was in pretty good position, but at the last minute he went from an outside leverage to an inside leverage and lost the receiver.
Okay, Hamilton loses the ball. The ball is loose on the ground. The Falcons say they have it. Do the Falcons have the ball?
Let's see.
It looks like the Longhorns, Hamilton was able to recover the ball.
Wow.
But it works as a sack, Gary, because he's going to lose and put the ball back in Longhorn territory.
Hey, we'll take that. Now that you have the Chisholm Longhorns in a negative yardage situation, it looks like it's, 2nd down at about 14 now. This is the time to capitalize on this.
3 receivers, twins to the left. Hamilton's going to put it up. Looks across the middle, has a receiver open, coming across the middle of the field.
Good defensive play.
Good open field tackle there, and by Easton Johns, number 44. I told you you're going to see a lot of him tonight.
Yep.
Johns is going to make the catch, going to get a short gain on the play. Gain of 2, will be 3rd down and 11 now.
Yeah.
Or make that 3rd down and 10.
And that's exactly where you want to be, 3rd and long. And again, you know, I was sitting there watching. The quarterback from Chisholm really did a good job of buying some time before he got that pass off because let me tell you, the Falcon pressure was really, really
shotgun, empty set, 5 receivers, trips to the right. Johns comes in motion across the formation. Hamilton's going to fire it in the middle, and again, that pass
separate him for the ball.
Nice open field hit, big-time hit there by Jamarian Franklin, laying the wood on that one.
Yeah, that was a great play by Franklin. He broke on the ball nicely.
Pass is incomplete, sets up 4th down and 10, and it looks like the coach is going to opt to go ahead and punt this ball away here. I think that's a wise decision by Coach Gilbert here.
Yeah. No, that is a wise decision. That's a great series by the Falcons defense. And guess who we have back there looking to return this punt? Are they going to punt it to X Thompson?
Well, considering he didn't play last week, hopefully he'll be
punting it to X.
Xavier Thompson catches it at the 27-yard line. He's at the 25 and loses his footing and falls down at the 27-yard line.
Did you see the crowd all of a sudden when X was getting ready to return that punt? People are looking for him to do something special.
They were ready. They were ready. They were ready for Xavier Thompson to get that ball. They absolutely were. So Thompson catches it at the 23, return of 4 yards, getting it out to the 27-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons in that spot. They come out tonight. Of course, C.J. Turnbull in shotgun formation, 3 receivers. Single back formation, they're going to give the ball to number 17, and he's got a lot of real estate in front of him. He's at the 50, he's at the 40,
he's out.
He's at the 30, he's at the 25, 15, 10, 5, Touchdown, Millwood.
Beautiful run play by Lamar Davis.
Lamar Davis hit the second gear and took it to the house.
Man, he got the ball on the zone read. He was able to notice that the defensive end for Chisholm was out of position, cut back to the left, hit a gear, made one guy miss out the gate for how many? Was it 60?
No, it was more than that. We'll get you the exact in just a second here. On that play there, Gary, that was a running play now of 73 yards.
73 yards. Excellent run play.
Lamar Davis is going to now run the Wild Falcon now. And the Longhorns jump offside, so it's going to be a penalty against them. Half the distance to the goal. We're going to retry the 2-point. Can you dig Lamar Davis, 73 yards with the Jets?
Hey.
And one thing he can do very well is his jump cut. His jump cut is vicious. It's that same downhill that you see from a Derrick Henry, a much more, usually a taller or more powerful back. Now, Davis, something didn't happen to communication on that play.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a busted situation there.
So they're going to retry the down, and there's nothing doing there for Lamar Davis, who ends up having to eat it. But the Falcons score. It's a First Security Bank touchdown that they scored. If you're looking for a bank to help you make your dreams of becoming a homeowner or business owner come true, let First Security Bank make your dream a reality. First Security Bank, member FDIC, is an African-American-owned bank. We're going to stay right here in live action, Gary. I barely got a chance to write names down on a piece of paper before Lamar Davis took it 73 yards to the house.
Yeah, no, that was actually a beautiful run. It was an excellent read. He read the zone perfectly, came off the butt of the offensive line. He actually bent that play. It was a zone right, and he bent it back left because they were fast-flowing so fast.
And folks who play Madden, that's that one cut back.
Yep.
One of his special skills. He is such a good at digging in and shifting.
Yeah.
And once he hits that second level, he can take it to you.
Yeah, he showed a lot of juice on that play.
All right, so now Cameron Carter's going to pump the ball or kick the ball off. And it looks like the Longhorns are set to receive the ball inside the 15-yard line. We'll see here. So let's see. Kick is away.
Oh, better kick by Cameron Carter.
Going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. Return to nearly the 30 before he's finally brought down, finding a nice crease there, but it's a nice return on the play. They're going to mark it at the 27-yard line, a return of 17 yards on the play.
Yeah, that's not bad. The coverage was pretty good. Good kick by Cameron Carter. Wasn't easy to field. In fact, the up back had to catch the ball over his shoulder. And so, again, the Falcon defense right back out there again, leading the way. They were able to get in the first series almost like they basically in a series and a half, like a 3-and-out sort of situation, right. Forced a punt. Let's see what they do again.
Hamilton calling for it with 3 receivers, twins to the right, single back. This time they're going to put it in the belly of the running back this time again. And this time the ball carrier, it looks to be number 22, going to take the ball out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, gain of about 4 yards. Zone left, inside zone play over the left.
So he's going to take the ball out to the 31-yard line, so a gain of 4 when it's all said and done.
Looks like Chisholm's running hurry-up offense.
Falcons shift here, and then this time looks like the Falcons are going to get caught for offsides here.
Yeah. And see, that's one of those, like I said, where you're giving them plays. I mean, it's real simple, right? I mean, you got to rep it, but your defensive line, obviously they're listening to the sound, so they're being drawn out instead of watching the ball. You got to watch the ball.
So second down, almost 1 yard to go. This time they're going to hand it off in the belly again of the running back, and he's going to have enough for a Longhorn first down. Shy of the 40-yard line, they're going to move the ball out to the 38-yard line, or make that the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 from that spot. Gain of 3 on the play. So 3 receivers.
You know, when I used to coach defensive line, one of the things, myself and Coach Bill Walter, we did sound drills, but we always taught first movement. And so Again, that's in the maturation of the defensive line. That's some place that they need to improve.
Substitution of a player.
Ooh.
Pass over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Pass intended for number 4, which was Nolan.
Delending.
No, it looks like, yeah. Look,
Dietering.
Dietering, that's what it looks like, exactly.
Turn the light on.
Yeah, that works fine for me.
Yeah.
All right. So Dietering with that play there that time for them. Now going back to work again.
Defensive line continues to drop off size time and time again with these hard counts. And again, that's just a lack of focus. They're not focusing in on their keys. That's what, the third or the fourth offside penalty in a row by the Falcons
penalty,
defense, and they're sitting right over the football.
Yeah, so that's something you can't do, and it looks like the Millwood coaching staff is going to make some substitutions here for the consistent penalties there. So this time, gain of one, and it looks like the ball carrier on the play is Flanagan. Flanagan on the play. So a run on the play, taking the ball down or up to the 46-yard line. So we're still looking at third down, Gary, and what will be about 3 yards to go for a first down here. But the Falcons have got to stop hurting themselves in this retrospect to get some things done here. Ball to snap. Hamilton with the quarterback keeper is going to take the ball into Falcon territory. Taking the ball across inside the 50 down to the, let's just say down to the 49-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Longhorns.
Good hard run by Hamilton, quarterback keeper over the left-hand side. He just kind of willed himself to move those sticks.
So first down and 10 for the Longhorns. So 3 receivers. Ball is snapped. Going to pump fake. Sack, and then going to get and bring him down in the background. In the backfield. Going to be brought down now at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that was excellent execution by the Falcon front 7. Defensive ends got up the field nice, forced the quarterback to pull the ball down and step up, and he stepped right up into the interior lineman push, which is exactly how it's supposed to look.
Sacking him and bringing him down now at the back to the 46-yard line of Chisholm. A severe loss on that play.
Yeah, second down and 15, and then they had a zone play over the left-hand side for a gain of about 1.5.
So a gain of 1.5 on the play is going to set up third down and long. Third down and about 13 yards to go. Ball will be officially spotted at the 48 after a short gain. Make that a gain of 2 on the play. So third down and 13. 6:30 to go in the first quarter. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods bringing you homecoming 2023 Falcons versus Longhorns. No, you weren't expecting to hear the Longhorns until next week, right?
Right.
4 receivers, trips to the right side. Hamilton's going to put it up, throws it across the middle of the field. Low pass bounce, skips off the carpet, incomplete. 4th down and 13, and the Longhorns are going to pump this ball.
At least they should.
Now, the Longhorns have been a physical team, but they have also gotten off to some slow starts, Gary. It looks like they have a little road lag right now.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like, you know, that they're not necessarily getting the success or having the success that they like with running the football. So now they're heavily relying on the pass. And again, you know, Falcons skill players are just a little bit too quick. Rugby style punt.
Low end over end kick. And it's going to be down inside the 25-yard line, down at the 24. So that's where the Falcons will start their second possession of the night.
You know, Maurice, that was a smart move by Chisholm to do the rugby punt and try to kick that ball away from Xavier Thompson.
But remember what you said. You said it quite clearly. And you know what you said? You made the comment, are you sure you want to kick it?
Are you sure you want to kick it to X? Right.
4 receivers, single back formation. CJ gets it, hands it off, ball fake, pass is going to be batted down. Nice job there by number 58. Cooper Brinkley knocks down the CJ Turnbull pass.
You know, that was an RPO setup where CJ actually had the option of handing the ball off or throwing it. And you know what? That zone look was there again.
So second down and about 10 yards to go. 3 receivers. Twins to the right. And it's going to be a penalty for illegal motion. Two Falcon offensive players were moving at the same time. So that's going to be a penalty. It's going to cost him 5 yards for illegal procedure. Can't do that. So that penalty is going to move the ball back to the 20-yard line. And it will be second down and almost, 15 yards to go for sure. So now we have 3 receivers, twins to the left side, CJ in shotgun formation with Davis in his hip pocket to the right. Ball is snapped. They're going to give it to Davis. Davis with a blast right ahead, picks up most of the yards that were lost and gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, back to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, actually, that was a good run by Davis. I really like too how he's getting the ball in the zone or the shotgun set, but he's downhill immediately.
Oh yeah, one cut downhill. That's what Lamar Davis does well. So now we've got 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Single back. Davis is back there for CJ. CJ's going to put it up. Looks right, throws to the right side of the field, and Jaden Nickens. Not Nat Nickens on the play. That is Jamarian Franklin, who almost pulled it down one-handed, but nonetheless that pass is incomplete, intended for Franklin. So it's going to set up 4th down and basically 9 yards to go. The Falcons are going to elect to punt this ball away.
Yeah, to me on that particular series, just a little bit too much passing. Would have liked to have seen him come out on first down and run the ball.
I would almost agree with you, but you know what my main problem was on that situation, Garrett, was the fact that they hurt themselves with another penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, that stymies any calls that you're doing.
Right. Well, like I said, I saw that initial RPO. Oh, they almost got the punt. Chisholm almost got it.
Zaire Fisher's punt is away. Takes a nice bounce. And it's going to roll out of bounds. They're going to mark it inside the 30-yard line, down to the 29-yard line there. So received at their own 29. And we're going to be 1st and 10 from that spot for them. So when you look at that situation, that last punt was a nice punt on that play from Zaire. Going to thank all our sponsors right now. I want to thank Sunbeam Family Services, OG&E, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Service, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wings Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. All right. Now,
looks like there's
Hamilton.
A little bit of confusion.
Hamilton's going to get it. A little bit of a zone read, hands the ball off again to Flanagan. Flanagan is going to be marked after a gain of 2 yards.
So it looks like Chisholm's trying to go back to more of a strategy of trying to get ahead in the yards, you know, the distance or the down in distance strategy.
4:54 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 is the score. Hamilton's going to fire it over the middle. The pass is intercepted. Buford's got it. Is it going to be a pick six? No, he's going to be brought down.
Oh, and he fumbles it.
He fumbles it.
But the Falcons recover.
All right, so we got are they going to say he's down? The head official for tonight's game is saying he was down. Marcus Walker, the head official, said he was down outside the 10-yard line, so they're going to say he was down at the 13-yard line. But talk about that play. Red, that time Hamilton basically dropped back and
Buford stepped
right on in.
Intercepted the ball. Here's one of the things, though. You intercept the ball, you call your Oski, but he was carrying that ball like Jim Brown back in the 60s. You need to cuff it, get 5 points of pressure on that football so that you won't turn it over.
So it's intercepted at that and then returned all the way back down to the 13-yard line. What a job there by Tyshawn Buford. Now going to work right now. Lamar Davis is going to bring it down inside the 5-yard line, going to be brought down inside the 5. Let's mark it down at the 3.
Yeah, nice little swing
the Falcons can get a first down, and it looks like they do. Do they get a first down? Yeah, they do. It's a first down because it's going to be that way. So that's going to be 1st and goal. That is a Sunbeam Family Services first down. So now,
power I, double tight.
Lamar Davis, power I, CJ gets it, going to hand it off.
Gave it to the fullback.
Gave it to the fullback straight ahead. And he's still fighting to get in, and they're going to say touchdown.
Touchdown.
As Anthony Keys gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now, Mo, you know that's exactly what you like to see, right? That's some of that good old Iowa, Nebraska. You know, he was under center.
Okay. See. Why do you make it sound like
he was under center? Because I know how you can't stand being in the shotgun 4 yards, 5 yards deep when all you need is a half a yard to score.
That is a pet peeve of mine. It is. Lamar Davis is going to run the Wild Falcon here. Falcons looking to extend the lead now. 11 seconds to snap it on the play clock. It's a First Security Bank touchdown by the Falcons, scored by Anthony Keys. And this time Davis has it. He's going to run for that pylon, cuts inside, and gets in. 2-point conversion is true. The 2-point conversion is wonderful, and the Falcons now lead 14-0. That's the First Security Bank touchdown, folks. We'll be back on the other side in just a moment. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Plan the perfect wedding at the Oklahoma Bridal Show Sunday, October 1st from 1 to 4:30 at 9 University Center on the campus of UCO in Edmond. Come and find yours in Legacy Prom and Bridal.
Welcome back, and it is a homecoming party at the Good House tonight as the Falcons score on their second possession of the night and lead by the score 14-0. Kick about to be sent off by Cameron Carter. What's the most impressive thing about that last drive, Gary, to you?
You know, I really liked how, again, the defense got you the takeaway, put you in field position, and then we just simply ran the football. I'm a big fan of running the football.
All right. And going to be down inside the 20. They're going to down him at the 19-yard line, so the kick is away.
They did swing the ball out there on a swing pass, which got them the first down. You know, but again, that was really more of like a long handoff because it was behind the line of scrimmage. It came off of the motion. So, again, it was a good, smart play call, good series.
It was. And back-to-back possessions. Now, that one was a short field situation.
Yes, it was.
So you have to be happy that the defense did its job, as you just said, and then the Falcon offense did what it was supposed to do and cash that check.
Right.
You know, you can't go to the bank if you don't go. If you're going to go to the bank, you might as well cash the check, right?
Yes. And guess who checked into the game, Mo, for the Falcons defense?
Looks like they're talking about Big Meech.
Big Meech, Miko Levine. Division I commit to University of North Texas. Good to see him back out on the field.
Okay, Falcons are making a couple of defensive substitutions now. So the time clock situation, 3:47 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 is the score. The Falcons offense starting off to a crisp start tonight, and the defense with a nice assist on the play. Ball is snapped. Hamilton's going to hand it off to Flanagan. Flanagan, no gain on the play that time.
Big Meech on the tackle. And just got a personal foul.
So at the end of the play, a penalty is coming in, and I think that's personal foul penalty against the Falcons now.
Yeah.
And the Falcons are doing, it seems sometimes they're doing themselves a disservice by giving these opportunities for a Longhorn team that's looking for some confidence. And you don't want to do that, Gary.
Yeah, I mean, so you would have had probably a tackle for loss. Big Miko Levine made the tackle, but he was tugging at that football, and I guess that tugging continued after the whistle. The officials stepping in, looking to set the tone that, hey, you know, we're going to keep this thing under control. Break on the whistle.
So 1st and 10 for the Longhorns following the personal foul penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct. Ball is snapped, and they're going to hand it to Flanagan. This time Flanagan finds a crease to the outside and blares his way across the 40. Looks like they're going to mark him down at about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good play over the left side. Outside zone play, keeper. Gain of about 9.
Yeah, going to take the ball out to what will be the 43-yard line. So 2nd down and 1. 3 receivers. Ball is snapped, and this time Hamilton with the quarterback keeper is going to get spun down after a gain of 1 yard on the play, taking the ball out to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, but it's enough for a first down.
So 1st down and 10 for the Longhorns now. 2:59 to go on the clock. 14-0 is your score, homecoming night. Remember, if you're listening on your radio tonight, you can turn on PPBC TV. And then going to work firing across the middle. Pass is incomplete for Hamilton there. Nice pressure being applied in the backfield by that Falcon D-line that time, Gary.
Yeah, the defensive ends are doing a good job of getting upfield and making the quarterback for Chisholm step up. The only issue that time was that the 2 interior linemen got out of the rush lanes. He could have pulled that ball and taken off.
Well, the interesting part about that is, you know, when you get used to blocking somebody and then Meach comes in, it's almost unfair because now Meach is going to take it to whatever it was, he's going to take it to the next level.
Yeah, he's a handful.
4 receivers.
There's a reason why he's going Division I.
Trips to the right side. Hamilton going to hand the ball off. No, he's not. He's going to fire the pass over the middle.
RPO.
Nice little RPO pass.
Yeah.
Faked it in the belly, and the pass is going to be complete to Nick Barker.
Yeah.
And he's going to get another first down.
So that's the 3rd first down in a row by Chisholm. It seems like they're trying to find a little rhythm.
Down to the Falcon 44-yard line there. So nice job on the play. And they're putting it together, but it was all executed off of that personal foul penalty.
Yeah.
4 receivers now. This time RPO action again. This time they're going to keep it in the belly of Flanagan.
Gain of 5.
Flanagan's going to get the carry, going to take it down to the 39-yard line, gain of 5.
Yeah. That's how it starts, you know. You mess around and momentum is a very, very real thing.
Oh, she as they say, she's a sweet lady that you constantly have to court because
right.
she's fickle. She'll go the other side anytime if you're not showing her the attention and love she deserves. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Hamilton's going to put it up. Hamilton looks across the middle, has a receiver open in the middle of the backfield, and it's going to be caught inside down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
You're talking about a pass play.
A couple of different double move.
29 yards.
A couple of double move route concepts just happened. And, you know, one of the main problems with that is that we didn't get proper pressure from up front. He had way too much time. Zone read to the outside.
This time evades the initial swarm, cuts back inside, and gets a nice few yards. Looks like they're going to mark him down because it's 1st and goal. It looks like they're going to mark him down at about the 7-yard line this time. So a gain of 3 on the play that time, Gary.
Yeah. Again, it looks like Chisholm is starting to find a little bit of rhythm. The play calling actually is very effective.
1:15 to go. Timeouts called on the field by Coach Gilbert. This is an OG&E timeout where OG&E energizes the communities they serve. Find a rewarding career at OG&E.com. I'm going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony's and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Hey, this right here is a fat butt. Everybody been hearing about it on the radio. You can come to my Millwood City location, 6003 Southeast 15, or you can go to my admin, 285 South Santa Fe. Come get you one of these taters.
For $27.99, my daughter jeans for $24.99, and more, which put a smile on my face. Now to get one on everyone else's. Select styles. Offer ends October 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
And welcome back to Millwood Football. As we get back to live action now, it's 1 minute and 16 seconds left to go before the end of the first quarter. 14-0 is your score. All right, Hamilton in shotgun formation. And the Falcons are going to jump across the line. That's not going to make Coach Franklin happy. No. I mean, this touchdown has really been self-inflicted. It's going to be – they're going to move the ball down to the 2-yard line now, Gary. It's an ugly situation.
Yeah.
So it's officially 2nd and goal from the 2. And this time they're going to try jet sweep to the inside, and this time good tackle by Franklin as they try to get the ball to Flanagan's hand this time. Does he get a little bit closer? He does. It's going to be down to the 1. So 3rd and goal. It's 3rd and goal. Ball is snapped, and this time Hamilton tries to get ahead, and this time he's met by an onslaught of Falcons. It's either no gain or a loss of 1, Gary. I can't quite tell from the angle.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
So they're saying no gain on the play. So it's going to be 4th down and goal. 4th and goal. And so if you're – now let's see what Coach Gilbert decides to do. He's got 19 seconds on the play clock here. And he's going to wait and let the clock expire. That is the end of 1. And at the end of the first frame, it's 14-0, Falcons on top. We'll take a break and be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Former wear and more. Register to win prizes and take advantage of the show discounts. For more information, log on to okbride.com. Plan the perfect wedding at the Oklahoma Bridal Show Sunday, October 1st from 1 to 4:30 at 9 University Center on the campus of UCO in Edmond. Huntington Fine Jewelers and Legacy Prom and Bridal.
And we are back. Tonight's game is being sponsored by Sunbeam Family Services, OG&E, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Krista and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. As we get started here, 14-0. Gary, taking a look at the first quarter stats, the Falcons put up 94 yards of total offense in the first quarter. And looking at it from the standpoint of Chisholm, they have put up 101
yards of total offense.
Yes.
How many yards and penalties do we have?
We'll check that in just a second here as we get ready to get set to live action. So here we go. Ball is snapped, and Hamilton's going to roll to the left side, looking. Can't find anybody, throws it up high. The pass is going to be intercepted in the end zone, and still on his feet.
Zaire Fisher
is going to be cut down, and then finally a flag comes in late. But that was one of those, Hamilton, if you had him pinned back, so you throw it away or throw it low, not high.
Right, you either throw it away or you just run the ball. I mean, he didn't have to throw it. He could have ran the ball.
Now, was that Zaire Fisher on the interception?
Zaire Fisher on the interception. Yes.
Zaire Fisher on the interception. He returns the ball for where it is now. It was originally marked at the 17-yard line. So now going to work now. Looking side. So after that play, there's going to be another penalty assessed against the Falcons. So that is going to be a personal foul penalty that's going to move the ball out to the 31 or make that the 32-yard line. So it's going to be a first down for them. And 1st and 10 from the Falcons from that. And getting to the outside, nice play, nice still fighting ahead, trying to get some good yards going here. Was that Jaden Nickens on the jet sweep? It sure was. Jaden Nickens on the jet sweep.
Yeah, Jay Nick on the jet sweep for a gain of 9 yards. He actually had to kind of bounce it a little bit to try to get to the outside, but it was able to make up some ground.
They're going to say a gain of 8. He stepped out at the 40.
He stepped out, okay.
2nd down and 2 here. 2 backs in the backfield, 3 receivers. 2-back set. And then Keys goes in motion, and they're going to hand the ball right up the middle. And that's probably Davis with the carry there.
It was, and it was enough for a first down.
That's good enough for a Sunbeam Family Services first down as he takes the ball clearly out to the 44-yard line. Or they're saying to the 43-yard line for Davis. And it's going to be 1st and 10 from that spot. 3 receivers, twins to the right side, 2-back formation. Ball is snapped. CJ hands it off to Keys, who's going to lose his footing and fall back down at the 40-yard line. Loss of 3 on the play.
And it looked like, Chisholm, the Longhorns had a run blitz dialed up, and we kind of ran that keeper, that outside zone play right into the teeth of the defense.
2nd down and 13 following the play. The Falcons are trying to come set. Check that, 4 receivers, 1 back in the backfield. It's Davis to the right side of CJ. And the Longhorns are going to jump off sides. Nice change in cadence there for the Falcons.
That's enough for a first down.
No, that won't be a first down.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see the other.
It's just wishful thinking, Gary. That's all you want. You just want it to be. You just want it to be there. It's going to move the ball to the 45-yard line. 2nd down and 8. 4 receivers, single back. CJ calling for it. 10:39 to go. Ball is snapped. This time, Davis. So Davis is going to be marked down at about a gain of 4.
Hey, smart effort by Davis, extending the football for that extra yard.
Or they're going to say they're going to move him to the correction. They're going to say it's a gain of 3. Gain of 3 by Davis. So he's going to take it to the 48-yard line.
3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5 yards to go. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. CJ with Davis in his hip pocket to the right. Going to swing it out to Xavier Thompson. Wide receiver screen play. Xavier's fighting his way. He's going to be close to a first down in Chisholm territory. Depending on the ball spot will determine if he gets it. And by I'm seeing it, it's going to be a Sunbeam Family Services first down at the 46-yard line of Chisholm.
That's great extra effort by Xavier. He went ahead and took on those tacklers, kept his feet going, and was able to move those chains.
So nice job by him. 1st down and 10. It's a Sunbeam Family Services first down. 4 receivers, 2 split on either side, single back. Nickens comes in motion, setting up trips to the left. They fake it to him. And CJ's looking, finds a receiver. It's Xavier Thompson. And Thompson.
Great play.
Is going to catch the ball, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Yeah,
that is a gain of 26 yards, Gary.
Yeah, that was actually an excellent play. CJ did an outstanding job of dropping back, and then he stepped up into the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, threw an absolute strike to Xavier, and he caught it nothing but hands.
I liked how he climbed the pocket and was patient on his reads.
Yep, that's right.
3 receivers. 4 receivers, twins.
Fade route.
Fade to the end zone, and the pass is going to be ruled incomplete.
And then we have a flag down.
And we do have a flag down. It's holding. So that's going to.
If I have one critique of CJ, and that is when you throw fade routes, depending on where you are on the field, you don't have to throw the ball long. You can actually put the ball on the roof, or you could put the ball back shoulder to where the defensive back never sees it, because if you put it long, they can get their head around and they can see the ball come down, especially if you leave it to the inside. But if you put the ball high and to the outside, or put it back shoulder, then the defensive back can't see it.
First down and what will be 20 yards to go. 2nd down, going to swing it over to Nickens. Nickens out in the flats, and he's going to get brought down by a host of defenders by the Chisholm Longhorns. They're going to bring him down after a gain of 1 down to the 29-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and long now. So after that particular play there, pass in the flats to Nickens, they'll say he got a gain of 1. So 3rd down and 14. 4 receivers. Trips to the right side. CJ asking for it. 8 seconds on the play clock. They need to snap it. CJ has it. Looks right. Rolls to the right side, looking for someone. He's looking, firing it over. And the pass is going to be caught by Jay Nickens, who breaks a tackle and gets it to the end zone. Touchdown, Millwood. Xavier Thompson thought it was going to be for him.
Right.
But Jay Nickens was a little bit deeper, about 5 yards deep on a hitch route, caught it, broke a tackle, and took it to the house.
Here's the question. Who was he throwing it to?
Jay Nickens, that's what he'll say. I know CJ. He'll say Jay Nickens all the way. I don't know what you was talking about.
I don't know who was throwing that ball to, but it got caught and it scored. Okay.
So the Falcons now have extended the lead to 20-0. .48 to go. Davis gets it. And nothing doing. The Longhorns have seen that play a little bit too much, and they're going to bring him down.
Yeah.
So the 2-point conversion fails.
And it's never a good thing when your offensive lineman is turning around looking at you on a run play. That means he's usually saying, "Look out!" I missed that one. I missed that one.
But nonetheless, it's a First Security Bank touchdown. Remember, First Security Bank can make your financial dreams come true. Become a homeowner or become a business owner. Let them help you out. First Security Bank member FDIC. Will be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health of St. Anthony and Love's Truffle Stops and Country Stores.
City Catholic High School. Kiana Tubbs has set her standards high in the classroom and has core values displaying success in academics, community, hard work, and teamwork. For winning Student of the Month for September, she'll receive recognition in the Black Chronicle, Heart and Soul 92.1, and 1140 and Power 103.5. She also qualifies for the Student of the Year $10,000 scholarship. Congratulations to Miss Kiana Tubbs for being selected as our September Student of the Month.
Kickoff is away, and it sails and goes out of bounds. It will be a penalty against the Falcons here. The kick sailed out at about the, I guess it was the 25-yard line, somewhere around there, Gary.
Yeah.
And then after that, we, of course, have a penalty, which will be illegal procedure.
They're going to mark it off, give them the ball at the 35-yard line.
So the illegal kick will move the ball, spot the ball at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. Now, the Longhorns have to feel kind of crazy because that turnover on downs ended up costing them when this score should probably be 14-6 in their minds.
Yeah.
Hamilton looking right, has tons of time, has a receiver open on the outside. It's going to be caught.
Yeah.
What a beautiful pass. No flags on that play. He had all kinds of time. Catch was made, it looks like, by Bennett on that play.
And that was the problem. He had all kinds of time. And if you give a quarterback that kind of time, he'll put the ball in a place that no one else can get to but the receiver. You got to get more pressure on the quarterback. That helps coverage downfield.
That was a 25-yard reception on that play. Now getting the ball to nice run play again by Flanagan. And we're seeing a different style of giddy-up now from the Longhorns now, Gary. They seem to have found themselves offensively, taking the ball down inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line, gain of 6.
And with 8 minutes and 23 seconds left in the half, I mean, they're up-tempo because they don't want Millwood to substitute, and they want to take advantage of the winded defensive line.
3 receivers, trips to the left side. They're going to fake it. This time Hamilton right up the middle, and Hamilton's going to get another gain. It's going to be close to a first down, a gain of 4 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, that was just that quarterback zone read. Just fake the jet sweep across, pull it. Just get up in there and get as many yards as you can.
So 3rd down and 1. Coming set, they've got 3 receivers, twins to the right side stacked. Ball is up. They're going to hand the ball right up the middle. And this time, a shot's going to be done as Flanagan gets a first down, but there's yards coming after it.
Yeah, unnecessary roughness. That's going to be on Miko Levine. That's his 2nd personal foul tonight.
So after that, that's going to get tacked on at the end of it. That's just, again, it's one thing to be eager, and you don't want to be overly critical, but these are the type of mistakes you keep seeding a team, Gary, and it eventually is going to cost you.
Right.
I mean, it may not cost you tonight. This is the middle of the season, but that personal foul penalty is going to move the ball all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, marching them downfield. They had the first down, and then they get another 15 on the personal foul.
So 1st and 10. 4 receivers, trips to the right. Hamilton feeling pressure, is going to let it fly, has a receiver.
Interception.
And it's going to be one-handed grab. Starting to get around. Number 13 has it. That's Billy Davis. And Billy Davis is going to return the ball. But there is a flag on the play at the 6-yard line. Now the question is after the interception or before the interception.
Right.
So waiting on the call here as it stands right now. So it's going to be Falcon football.
Well, let me say this. The Falcons' defense, particularly in the secondary, have been getting those takeaways. We talked about one of the keys of the game. And, of course, we'll grade this out at halftime. But we were talking about don't turn the ball over and make sure that you get takeaways. The Falcons' defense has definitely been getting takeaways.
And the ball was going to be originally at the 25-yard line, but it looks like we have a penalty for blindside block.
Okay. So the rule, just so that people are listening, that we have to protect the players, so you cannot do crackback blocks. Oh, I saw the ball come up.
And so now the original spot of the ball following the penalty is inside the 5, which is the 4-yard line, folks. So what happened on that last snap there, Gary?
Well, it was just a mishandled handoff. The ball, zone read on the handoff, the ball was kind of up high. Definitely wasn't in the breadbasket. Diamond formation by the Falcons.
Diamond formation this time. It's 1st and 10. And this time in the end zone and trying to get it away, and the Longhorns are going to give as he throws it away, but he's in the ground.
He actually got the ball off. Throw it to Jaden Nickens. So
okay, so he got rid of it.
He got rid of it, yeah.
You're going to have to explain to me how he did that. I couldn't see that, Gary.
He was on his way down, but he threw it in the vicinity of Jaden Nickens. So, again, that avoided the intentional grounding.
In the end zone.
And the sack. Yeah.
That would have been a safety.
Yeah.
So now 15 seconds on the play clock, 6:21 to go, 20-0 is the score.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play by Turnbull.
So not quite sure because 3 seconds on the play clock, and I think a timeout is going to be called. It is. It's going to be a Falcon timeout. They chose to let the timeout stand. This is an OG&E timeout. And the time is 6:21. That means, of course, it's an A-plus lawn service time check. Do you want your home lawn or business lawn to look green, full, and healthy? Then call the professionals at A-plus Lawn Service. Owner Milo Wilson and his staff will take great care of you. Just call for an appointment today, 405-535-5139. That's 405-535-5139. The Falcons have been amazing on in this game overall, Gary. When we start looking at the situation here, Falcons will be staring at a 3rd down and 11 when we get back to live action here. But in the meantime, when we start looking at some of the stats, you were asking me about the penalties. 7 penalties for the Falcons for 66 yards. All right, 7 penalties for the Longhorns for 55 yards, and it's self-inflicted penalties for both schools right now. You know, and the fact of the matter here is it hasn't cost the Falcons yet, but Chisholm has been able to extend drives. And if you're in a situation, and you can say against a better team or a playoff situation, you're going home.
Oh, yeah. You can't keep drives alive for other teams.
And it's not; those are not game stats. Those are first half stats in terms of penalties. All right, going to work right now. 19 seconds on the play clock. Ball is snapped, and CJ's going to throw it into the flats, and that pass is deflected. Incomplete pass. So 4th down and 11, and for the first time, unless there's a penalty, is there a penalty?
Can't see any flags down.
Okay, I'm just because there hasn't been a group substitution change here. Okay, so the Falcons now are substituting. So 6.
And the play clock is running.
So I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
I don't know either.
Because if it's a timeout, why is the it's an incomplete pass? That's why the game clock's not going.
I know, but the play clock is.
So now Coach Franklin calls a timeout.
Okay.
So timeout's called. The Falcons have 1 left. Always a teaching moment. It's an OG&E timeout. Want to make sure we thank all our prime sponsors. Sometimes after a hard-fought game, a player needs the services of a sports medicine specialist at SSM Health at St. Anthony Hospitals. Has a great team to get a player back in the game from injury. Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores is a founding partner of Millwood Falcon Broadcast, and they continue to make our communities a great one to live in. Thank you, Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call right now. Gary, it's a timeout on the field, and, you know, we got a big halftime coming up, but the Falcon defense has been so opportunistic tonight. I've really got to give them credit. The eye discipline from Kelson Hamilton has not been sharp.
Right.
And since he's throwing to a spot, the Falcons have learned, okay, just go here and sit.
Right.
And then if I wait on it, he's going to throw it. Now, there's been only a couple of times where Hamilton's vision has hurt the Falcons. He's hurt it a couple of times on a 25-yard pass play in the second quarter there on a receiver on the outside. But, again, you pointed out that there was no pressure being applied that allowed him to have that kind of success. So if you had to grade what you're seeing so far as we get ready for live action, it looks like Zaire Fisher's going to kick this ball away from the Falcons
and
this
Zaire
time.
has to be careful not to step out because he's sitting back there on that line.
Chisholm setting up at the 30-yard line.
And he tries to run it.
Nothing doing there, and it's going to be a safety.
Yep.
So the Longhorns are going to get on the ball and bring him down in the end zone.
So you asked me the question, if I had to grade it out, my grade for the defense would definitely be an A. An A+ in terms of takeaways.
Now, before you continue to explain, that's why Coach Franklin called the timeout.
Yeah.
He recognized a couple of things, so he was trying to advise his app. Now, I didn't see the snap from my angle. Was the snap clean?
It was high.
So that's why Zaire just sold out and decided to run the ball.
When you don't have the appropriate depth to be able to get a punt off, number one, and then the snap comes in high to where he has to leave his feet and go get the ball, he can't get back down and punt the ball under that kind of pressure. So either way it go, he ended up taking the hit, getting the safety, or if the ball would have gone over his head, went out of bounds, it still would have been a safety. It was just the snap wasn't good.
The crazy enough thing here is, now let's see what Coach Franklin starts to do here. You're up 20-2. Now this is interesting when you play chess, not checkers. Chisholm has a chance now to really really put some points on the board and get back into this game.
Yeah, they got 6 minutes.
6 minutes, and it's off a safety. They're going to get the ball right back.
And right now the sideline is signaling up here to the press box that we need to put 6 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock.
It's back on there, 6:13. So as the kick is away,
And this is an opportunity for the Falcons, too, right? I would kick the ball, put it on the ground, and I would sprint hard to maybe you can get a turnover here.
So I'm trying to see here what the Falcons are opting to do. Again,
you're going to kick it. But they're bringing on they're not letting Cameron Carter do it.
Okay, so they're bringing in number 43 to kick the ball. So that's the foreign exchange student.
Right. We don't have his name.
I don't have his name on the current roster. So he's going to kick the ball. And now, nice hop and a skip. It's a high kick. It's going to be fielded at the 40-yard line.
Mishandled it.
And the the Longhorns are able to maintain possession at the 41-yard line. But that funny thing about that ball, when it hits the ground, anything can happen to it when it hits.
Hey, and that was actually a very good kick.
So it will be at the Longhorn 43-yard line. And that is where they will set up shop. Now, they've been able to move the ball. The thing about the statistics is it says that they have 136 yards of total offense in the first half. And what I'm saying here is you're seeing them start to get confidence in moving the ball.
Right.
3 receivers. And this time, they're going to hand it off once again to Flanagan.
Yeah.
Flanagan is going to take the ball up to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, just a good old sweep play to the outside. They had numbers.
So the ball was originally started at the 41-yard line. He takes it out to what will be the 44. Second down and 9. They're getting the call from the sideline from Coach Gilbert and his staff. 4 receivers, trips to the left side for Hamilton. 5:33 to go, 14 seconds on it. This time,
quarterback
keeper, and that's something he should have probably kept.
Yeah.
Nice open field tackle pressure being applied by Keelan Searles, who's going to bring him down. Or no gain on the play. They're going to say no gain. So 3rd down and 9 yards to go. Hamilton looking to get things going. 5:06 to go. 20-2 is the score. The Longhorns just got on the ball on the last Falcon possession and a safety in the end zone. And this time, Hamilton's rolling right. He's got plenty of real estate. Will he throw it? No, he's going to throw it ahead.
He throws an interception.
He throws it.
Yes,
but is it going to be interception?
Yes, it is.
And it is going to be intercepted.
Yep, Terrence Taffy.
Terrence Taffy with the interception this time. And right now, Hamilton can't get a break. He throws an interception. And again, if he couldn't get the angle that he wanted.
Oh, that might have been Deshaun Buford.
34? Deshaun Buford is the one with that.
34. I thought it was 14. Okay.
34 with that. His pass is going to be intercepted at the Millwood 48-yard line. So nice job by that. By number 34, Deshaun Buford. Ball now officially at the 48-yard line. This time jet sweep to Xavier Thompson. Xavier's looking for space to operate, and then comes a flag.
Yeah, that's in the area of holding.
So a flag on the play there. So the Falcons are doing well in the if the gifts are coming out tonight, they're coming out in bunches. That is the 4th interception of the night for Hamilton. Penalty. Was that holding?
Yeah.
It's holding against the Falcons. Moving the ball back inside the 40-yard line, back to the 38. So as it sits, it'll be 1st down and almost 16 yards to go now. Maybe I got the spot wrong. Going to throw the ball up. Trying to get to the outside. CJ is going to be forced out of bounds right at about the 40-yard line. Quarterback keeper as he scrambled away. Going to have the ball marked at the 40-yard line. Gain of 2 on the play.
Longhorns had a little bit of pressure coming from the outside. Looked like it might have been an outside linebacker bringing a blitz.
2nd down and long. 4:23 to go. 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Two-back formation. The Longhorns are showing blitz.
Yeah, it's big time, man.
And before that, going to jump.
Yep.
Hard count. Hard count. Nice call. Offsides against. Spot the ball on the 45-yard line now. So second down and about 14 now. CJ's going to put it up. Has Jaden Nickens. And the pass was too. Well, it's one of those he zigged when he should have zagged. Jaden Nickens ran a post, and CJ threw it like it was a 9 route, like a go. So, 4:18 to go. Miscommunication there. But third down and 14 to go. Let's see what Coach Batson decides to call for the offense here. Looks like we're going with two-back formation this time. Both standing on either side of CJ. 3 receivers, twins to the left side. And CJ steps back, looks across, and this time Jaden Nickens gets it, and he's going to be brought down, but it's going to be enough for a Sunbeam family service. First down inside the 40-yard line. Going to be brought down at the 47-yard line, 37-yard line.
Yeah, that was good. That was much better mechanics by CJ. He was able to sit in the pocket, step into his throw. He was actually looking at Jaden Nickens the entire time.
It looks like they executed the same play twice.
Yeah.
First and 10, 3 receivers, twins to the right side, single back. This time CJ's going to throw a screen pass, and this time he's going to get absorbed. Nicely done. Tackle made by that time by number 58, Cooper Brinkley, with a great tackle on Lamar Davis on that screen pass.
Yeah, tried to run the middle screen, and it just didn't fool the Longhorn defense.
Screen pass to Lamar Davis is going to be brought down now at about, taken back for a loss of 2 back to the 39-yard line. So second down and what will be 12. 3:27 to go before the end of the first half. 4 receivers.
Ooh, yep, he jumped
and
in the
this time it's going to be offsides. And again, that cadence is really affecting these the pressure.
Well, you know, Chisholm is trying to bring, you know, a linebacker blitz, and those guys are eager because they've had some success with it. And so now the hard count is starting to throw off their timing a little bit, catching them in the neutral zone.
So that penalty, second down and 7. 4 receivers, 2 split on either side. CJ's rolling left. He needs to get rid of it. Pressure being applied. He takes off and gets away. He must have had eyes in the back of his helmet because Trevor Hawes was coming after him something fierce. It's going to be another Sunbeam Family Service first down. And CJ's going to get it for the Falcons. Ball spotted inside the 25-yard line at the 20. Is that the 20?
Well, I'm looking at one of our former Millwood quarterbacks over there. You can kind of feel that tingling on the back, on the back of your neck when they start getting a little close.
So 3 receivers now, twins to the right side. Ball is snapped. CJ's going to flip it to Lamar Davis. Lamar bounces it left, bounces it right.
Got a flag down.
And he's going to take it in, and what looks like he will be ran out of bounds inside the 10-yard line, but there is a flag way back here at the 27-yard line.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's a legal procedure against the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm looking at CJ, and you're like, how does he have eyes in the back of his head? Well, his body, those hairs on the back of his neck tell him, hey, you got to go. I look over at Siddiqui Wilson, former Falcon great at quarterback, and he looks up at me and shakes his head. Yeah, you feel it. Just something tells you, run.
Yeah, just take off.
Just run. Don't even look. Just run.
So illegal procedure is going to be the call here.
2:51.
So it's going to move the ball back to the 30-yard line. So now going to work. CJ fires it outside. That pass, is it incomplete?
Yeah, it was incomplete. Kind of thrown behind the receiver a little bit. It was one of those zig and zag sort of situations.
Pass incomplete, so it's going to be second down and 15. 2:46 to go. On a warm night here in northeast Oklahoma City. Temperature still looks like it's sitting at about 85 degrees right now. 4 receivers, 2 split on either side. CJ. Almost was able to draw the Longhorns offside, but he didn't. Ball the snap, CJ steps back, looks right, gonna fire to the outside.
On the roof.
And
now Jay Nickens got one hand on the ball, wasn't able to put the other hand with it. It was thrown in a good place, he just didn't make the adjustment. That's how you throw the fade route, short to the outside. All he has to do is just expect that throw, turn around, keep your balance, jump up, high point the ball. This is where you need to be a good basketball player.
3rd down. Jaden Nickens might qualify for that too.
Yeah, but he needs to apply those basketball skills to the football field.
4 receivers, trips to the right side. Davis comes in motion, and this time a little miscommunication on the play call, and CJ.
And he's looking like he's injured. Not good.
And CJ
not good.
Hitting the ground.
Not good.
So he's getting looked at right now. The way he went to the ground, it's going to be a gain of 4. But the way he hit the ground, it looks like it's something with his shoulder.
Yeah, it looks like he came down on his arm or on his shoulder.
So it's going to put him, ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line. And it's time for us to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
We take our time and saute our wings in our signature sauces, providing flavor to the bone. We aren't just wings, our boom boom shrimp and catfish strips are second to none. Stop by at 3925 North Lincoln Boulevard or call ahead and we'll have your order ready for you when you get here at 405-702-5464. Wing Supreme is the king of the gourmet wing.
Good news, CJ was able to walk off under his own power, but he was favoring that right shoulder.
Yeah.
So that puts in backup quarterback Josiah Woods into the game. 3 receivers now, 2 backs in the backfield. Davis swings out. Woods is going to throw it across the middle of the field.
Yeah, his first throw sails a little long.
And the pass is incomplete, so that will be a turnover on downs. So turnover on downs is that pass is incomplete. 1st and 10, Chisholm. And for the exception of since the first quarter, they've just played better offensively.
Yeah.
So now your quarterback's hurt if you're the Falcons. You got to come out of your defense here and hold them out. It's 2:19 to go before the end of the first half.
And with the exception of the safety, I mean, the Falcon defense has been answering the call. They've been getting takeaways. They've been forcing punts. Been playing pretty good defensively.
All right. 4 receivers now. Ball is snapped. Hamilton's rolling to the right side, looking. Throws across the field, and that pass is nearly caught by Nolan. Pass incomplete. But it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, a couple of Falcon secondary defenders were on the play, and it looked like, they were trying to, throw the backside post, and it just wasn't there. It was a good job by the corner on the backside.
Situation now, 2:18 to go, 22 seconds on the play clock. They're going to hand the ball off to Flanagan. Flanagan may get a yard, short gain on the play regardless of what was called. So it's still going to be 3rd down and long. In fact, they're saying there is no gain on the play. So 3rd down and 10. Under 2 minutes to go. 3 receivers, 2 receivers stacked on the right side.
And it looks like the Falcons are lining up. They're having some problems lining up here.
So now they're coming set. Hamilton, single back. Ball is snapped. And this time firing it, trying to come back and making the catch. And there's going to be a flag thrown against the Falcons. Are they going to catch Josiah Woods on coverage back there?
No, that was actually Zaire Fisher. And it was one of those deals where the ball was thrown short. The receiver was trying to get back to it, but he was shielded by the defender. And I think he might have been a little handsy.
Now, based on the spot of the ball, it was at the 26-yard line. Let's see if the officials can remember. Okay, they do. So the penalty, which is going to be pass interference, is going to move the ball out to the 41-yard line. Moves the ball to the 41-yard line. It's awful long pass interference. Now going to work. Hamilton's going to fire it. And Easton Johns with the catch. His first big play of the first half. But he is going to get a Chisholm first down inside the Millwood 45 to the 44-yard line. Going to work again. Hamilton feeling pressure. Eludes 1, 2 defenders, 3 defenders, decides to pull it down. He's still on his feet. Going to come down to the 40-yard line. Hamilton with some nice moves to elude Falcon defenders.
Yeah, finally brought down by Miko Levine.
Now, Chisholm only has one timeout left. 3 receivers, 55 seconds, under a minute to go. Hamilton's going to fire it across the middle, has a receiver standing wide open. That is Nolan Cadell. And he's going to get a first down inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line.
Tackled by Zaire Fisher.
Down to the Millwood 26. And the Longhorns are hurrying, getting back to the line of scrimmage, ready to snap. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Hamilton looking left all the way. He's going to throw it.
Did he catch it?
And that pass is going to be caught.
Wow.
They're going to say he caught it. Yeah. Inside the 15, make that inside the 10.
Yeah,
they're going to say he got down to the 8-yard line, first and goal.
Yeah, Nick Barker laid out and caught that in all hands. And so it looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field. First down and goal for the Longhorns.
So it's going to take the ball all the way down to the 8-yard line. That's big, big plays back to back to back. So first and goal for them. The timeout is an OG&E timeout right now. Given the time spot, it is 31 seconds. This time update is brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service. Do you want your home lawn or business lawn to look green and healthy? Then call the professionals at A-Plus Lawn Service. Owner Milo Wilson and his staff will take great care of you. Call them for an appointment today. 405-535-5139. That's 405-535-5139. You know, Gary, if it wasn't for the penalties, where would this Longhorn offense be?
Well, I mean, you got to consider the fact that those 15-yard penalties, they really, really hurt. And so that pretty much takes your ability as a defense to get those 3 and outs. It just
10 penalties in the first half. Now, guess what the yardage is?
I don't know.
Do you want to get?
Over 100.
No, it's just under 100, 92 yards.
Oh, wow.
So
give me yards.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but again, defense still doing a good job because of this takeaway.
It was only 2 points, right? But because of the turnovers, that's the only reason why the score might be different. Back to live action now. Hamilton.
Up, RPO. Up,
and
deflected.
Pass is going to be deflected as he tried to get it in the hands of Easton Johns again. Pass incomplete. That stops the clock with 27 seconds to go. But again, no more timeouts. Or does Chisholm have one more timeout?
Yes, they do.
So one more timeout for them. 3 receivers. 4 receivers. Check that. Make that 5 receiver empty set. Hamilton feeling the pressure. Screen pass. And they've got it. And they've got the blockers. And into the end zone goes Barker.
Wow.
Touchdown, Longhorns.
Wow. I mean, that screen was wide open. I mean, in fact, they executed that so well, the linemen didn't have anyone to block. No one was there.
They all fell for it.
They all fell for it.
So 20-8 is the score.
You know, we call that we swallowed the hook on that one.
Oh, yeah. So now, with 20 seconds to go, they're going to go for two. Hamilton's out there right now. Ball is snapped.
Reverse
pass.
With the quarterback throwback, and they converted it.
And they're going to get the touchdown. It's a little bit of the Longhorn special, but they convert the 2-point conversion.
Right.
Passer on that play was Easton Johns, and they complete the 2-point conversion.
Just like that, they're right back in the game.
It's 20-10.
Yeah.
20-10.
Just like that.
So for everything is, and then we don't know the status currently of CJ going into the second half. And this is a team that's not going to quit, and it's something that you have to be at your best, Gary. And you giving them all this, eventually a good team will eventually learn how to capitalize on that.
Yeah, you can't let down and let a team crawl back in like that. It's just, the penalties. We're going to talk about that at halftime.
Yes, we will. And remember, coming up at halftime, it's the Millwood Enrichment Foundation halftime, and it's also homecoming. And so we're going to give you a mixture, give you an opportunity to hear and see the homecoming court.
That means it's going to be a long halftime break.
It's not going to be a long halftime break because we got to take it to everybody. Everybody got to hear it.
Oh, okay.
So everybody got to hear it. We just got to take a quick break and then come back and jump right into what will be a great presentation. This is where everybody said, nobody can go get anything to eat. My baby's on the field. My son's out
You're
there.
right.
Here's the opportunity.
You better go get your chicken right now then.
Okay, well, if you're going to.
You need to go right now. You got 20 seconds.
But you can't take a picture with a handful of something else. So you better wait, Gary.
Hey.
You better wait. All right, so the Longhorns are going to kick it off. Any trickery here from Coach Gilbert, or are you just going to punt this ball away?
They could onside kick it. And they put it on the ground.
It's a low squib kick, and Thompson's able to grab it. He's trying to get around, and he lost real estate. It's going to be brought down at the 18-yard line.
Yeah. It's almost like he wanted to down it.
He did, but all you got to do is go to the knee.
Right.
Instead, you end up losing.
His first instinct was run.
When you got as much speed as he does.
I mean, he's a guy that makes things happen. His first instinct is to make a play.
It's 16 seconds officially now. So the Falcons more than likely, Coach Franklin, are going to down it, and they are.
Yeah, kneel this thing out.
Kneel it out. And they are.
Yep, you don't want to mess around and give them something else. Another 7 or 8 points.
So they're going to put the ball, kneel it, and that will be the final play of the first half of competition, with the score being 20-10. Now, this is what we're going to do. We are going to take a quick 1-minute break, and we'll come back as they're setting up for homecoming to reveal the homecoming court. So we're advising you to not go too far away from your radio, and we'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health of St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Ready for the most electrifying event of the year? Clear your schedule, set your alarms, and get ready to dance, laugh, and immerse in this vibrant atmosphere. It's the second annual Hula Hoop and Hip Hop Festival. Get lost in the rhythm of live music and witness the Hula Hoop Dance Competition, all while supporting noble charitable causes. Best part, it's free to the public. So grab your friends, family, and dancing shoes. Join us Saturday, September 30th at Metro Tech Spring Lake Campus. Vendors, seize this golden opportunity to spotlight your products and services. Showcase your hula hoop skills and join the Hula Hoop Dance Competition for a chance to win fantastic prizes. No need to be a pro to join. All ages are welcome. Snag your spot at the Hula Hoop and Hip Hop Festival today. For more info, registration details, vendors, and competition fees, visit Hula Hoop and Hip Hop Festival on Eventbrite.com. Proudly presented by Sisters in Motion and Brothers 2. Sponsored by Metro Tech Spring Lake Campus.
Starts at 8 a.m. and lasts until 2 p.m.
See you there.
So hey there, that's me, Butter, playing my song Calling Dick Tracy. I'm also a trial lawyer, and I've represented injured people here in Oklahoma for about 32 years. I've tried over 100 jury cases, premises liability, car wrecks, truck wrecks, wrongful death. If you've been injured, you need a lawyer that knows their way around the courtroom. So call me at our law firm, 405-378-3033, and ask for Butter. Now, hey, let's sit back and listen, because music is life.
Huntington Fine Jewelers presents the Oklahoma Bridal Show Sunday, October 1st from 1 to 4:30 at the Nye University Center on the UCO campus in Edmond, featuring wedding exhibitors from the finest bridal shops, photographers, formal wear, and more. Register to win prizes and take advantage of the show discounts. For more information, log on to okbride.com. Plan the perfect wedding at the Oklahoma Bridal Show Sunday, October 1st from 1 to 4:30 at Nye University Center on the campus of UCO in Edmond. Huntington Fine Jewelers and Legacy Prom and Bridal.
It's the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, have a safe weekend. And Monday is all about the money with financial expert Janai Thornton.
And you know I got the hot spot with all things music, movies, and more.
And I'll be pouring some more hot tea, baby, letting you know what your favorite celebrities did over the weekend and another fabulous color of the day. All right, y'all, have a great weekend. We'll see y'all Monday. Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
It's the Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
The Lions got back in the win column after beating Texas College 47-6. Junior QB Torrance Bardell lit up the defense for 278 yards of total offense, 235 and 3 touchdowns in the air, and 43 and a touchdown on the ground. Head coach Quentin Morgan liked what he saw.
Thought he did a real good job of moving the ball, sustaining first downs, and once he got comfortable, I seen his game grow and grow.
The Lions are 1-2 on the season and may be on the verge of putting things together. Next up, another road trip as the Lions will two-step back to Texas to face the Purple Lions of Sagoo. Tune in this Saturday, pregame at 3:30, kickoff at 4 p.m. Langston football is brought to you by the Black Chronicle newspaper. Download the app, streamed by PPBC, and dive in. It's Lions versus Lions, but we know who roars the loudest. L's up.
Our Mila Prince and our Mila Princess, Mr. Andrew Vesey and Miss Kaya Johnson. Andrew Vesey is the son of Aaron Vesey and Latoya Hine. His favorite food is chicken nuggets. He likes to play board games and to play with his dog, Bingo. He wants to attend Emporia State University with his brother, Carlos Strong. He wants to be a scientist that is also a police officer. Next is Kaya Jean Johnson. She is the granddaughter of Constance Alexander. Kaya's favorite subject in school is math. Kaya's favorite food is pizza. Currently, she is undecided about what she wants to be when she grows up because there are so many choices in life for things to do. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Mr. Andrew Vesey and Miss Kaya Johnson. We will begin with our homecoming court. Jeremy Allen II is our cheer prince. He is the son of Jeremy Allen Sr. and Erica Johnson. He is the student council vice president and a member of the varsity cheer team. He is our first male to be on the varsity cheer team and to serve as cheer prince. He plans to pursue a degree in psychology and business administration. He is a passionate advocate for mental health, and a quote that inspires him is, "Be you, love you, always, always," by Alexandria Ellie. Anae Atchison is our cross-country princess. She is the daughter of Micah Thompson. Anae has lettered in cross-country, basketball, softball, and track, and is also a member of the National Honor Society. She wants to play basketball at Texas Southern University. In her free time, Anae loves to listen to music and to play basketball. Next, Dominique White is our cross-country prince. He is the son of Lisa and Dominique White. Dominique has lettered in cross country and the basketball and plans to run track this year. He is also a state basketball champion. He is the student council president and a member of the National Honor Society. He wants to attend university to major in engineering and photography. Dominique encourages everyone to live by God in everything they do. Layla Carter is our volleyball princess. Layla is the daughter of Larry and Viola Carter. Since being at Millwood High School, she has lettered in volleyball and softball. She wants to attend Louisiana State University to major in either business management, psychology, or paleontology. Layla wants to give thanks to God for leading her to a beautiful path where she will continue to do great things after high school. Next, Delonte Hutcherson is our band prince. He is the son of Delonte Sr. and Erica Hutcherson. Delonte has been a member of the Falcon Marching Band for 6 years. He became section leader in his freshman year. He also knows how to play every instrument in the percussion section. He plans to attend Jackson State University to become a member of the Boom. Deanna McIntosh is our dance princess. She is the daughter of Malcolm McIntosh and Deirdre Tobler. She is the captain of the Millwood Sapphires. She is a member of the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society and is the senior class activities coordinator. She plans to major in business management. Word of advice she gives to students junior to herself is always be true to yourself and to never try to fit in. Next, Kylan Searles is our Falcon Senior Scholar. He is the son of Mr. Travion and Mrs. Lakeisha Searles. He has lettered in football for 4 years. He currently is a member of the National Honor Society. Kylan is actively involved in his community and the church. He plans to attend one of the following: Oklahoma State University, the University of Oklahoma, or Colorado State University to major in computer science. Kylan escorts Jada Williams as our freshman Falcon Scholar princess. She is the daughter of Felicia Bennett and Julian Williams. Jada has lettered in cheer, and she currently serves as the co-captain of the Millwood varsity team. She is a member of the National Honor Society, the National Technical Honor Society, the Multicultural Club, the Oklahoma City Police Department's Youth Leadership Academy, Gear Up Book Club, and the Millwood Student Council, and is currently ranked in the top 10% of her class. She has previously served as the Metro Tech FCCLA Chapter Vice President of Community Service, where she won a state title for her children's book, A Home for Hazel, which she both authored and illustrated. Additionally, she plans to attend the university to study child psychology. Our scholar prince and princesses. Next, Michael Green is our football prince. He is the son of Charles and Candace Green. Michael plays football and runs track and is a member of the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. His goals for this year is to continue to be a positive influence, to graduate with honors from high school and from the aviation program at Metro Tech. He plans to attend the University of Oklahoma to major in engineering. His motto is to lead by example and work hard. Keisha Pete, our cheer princess. She is the daughter of Warren and Keisha Pete. Kiara has lettered in varsity cheer and currently serves as the varsity cheer captain. She is on the senior class board and serves as the media representative. She is a member of the National Honor Society and attends Metro Tech for graphic design. She wants to attend Winston-Salem State University to major in business management. Next, we have Mason Presley, our freshman class prince. Mason Presley is the youngest son of Mark Presley, Sr. and Shanti Presley. He is in the top 10% of his graduating class of 2027 and is the freshman class activities coordinator. He is also a member of the Millwood Falcons track team. In the words of Superintendent Dr. Robinson Woods, Mason is the mayor of Millwood. Although Mason is only a freshman, he plans to become valedictorian of the 2027 class. He wants to be a bankruptcy lawyer and believes as long as he gets his education, he can go anywhere. Raquel Hunt is our freshman princess. Raquel is the daughter of Ricky Hunt Sr. and Desiree Hunt. She plays basketball, softball, runs track, and is a cheerleader. She is the freshman class president and is working to be the member of the National Honor Society. She is actively involved in the community at her church. She plans to attend Louisiana State University to become a criminal defense lawyer while playing basketball or running track. Skylar C.J. Turnbull is our sophomore prince. He is the son of Elizabeth Wyatt and Corey Turnbull. CJ has lettered in football and plans to run track and play baseball. He currently holds the position as quarterback number 1 for the Millwood Falcons high school football team. He is currently actively involved in his community and enjoys mentoring young athletes in local youth football programs. CJ actively holds a 3.5 GPA and has plans to be on the National Honor Society next year. Imani Nolan is our sophomore princess. She is the daughter of Gerald and Alicia Jones. Imani lettered in varsity cheer and is the captain of the JV cheer squad and the next year wants to play soccer. She plans to attend Grambling State University where she will major in criminal justice to become a lawyer. Imani has 2 goals for this year, finding herself and being on the honors roll. Chance Bubba Davis is our junior prince. He is the son of Theodore Davis and Joy Stevenson. He is a 2-time basketball state champion. He plans to attend college to study business. His academic goals for this semester is to be on the honor roll. In his free time, Bubba enjoys hanging out with his brother Samson and his niece Alyssa. Tremia Stell is our junior princess. Tremia is the daughter of Alan and Christy Allen. She has managed the varsity football team for 4 years and the varsity basketball team for 3 years. She plans to attend University of Oklahoma to major in nursing. Tremia is currently on the superintendent's honor roll. The people she looks up to the most are her parents, who demonstrates how to make a way out of no way. Solomon Davis is our senior class prince. He is the son of Nishi Butler and Jason Davis. Solomon has lettered in basketball and cross country and is a part of the 2022 basketball state championship team. He is actively involved at Quail Springs Baptist Church High School Ministry. Solomon will attend university in the fall to pursue a degree in kinesiology and in nutrition while playing basketball. The person he looks up to most is his mom, because she's always believed in him and always brought him the best out in him and made a way out of no way. Elizabeth Frazier, our senior princess, is the daughter of Natasha Boussard and Randy Frazier. She is the senior class president and a member of the National Honor Society. Elizabeth plans to attend either Langston University or Jackson State University on a full ride band scholarship, where she will double major in biology and biochemistry with a minor in psychology. In her free time, she likes to play with her lizard, Bartholomew. The person she looks up to the most is her mother for making the impossible possible. By tradition, the past year's homecoming king would crown the current homecoming king. Because of his absence, and in his absence, Ricky Hunt Jr.'s father, Mr. Ricky Hunt Sr., who is also the Millwood Public School District School Board President, will present the... Ricky's here? Oh, well, welcome, Ricky. Didn't see you in, my brother. Welcome, Ricky, from Ohio, where he's attending university. Our 2022 homecoming queen was Patrice Frazier, who is currently enrolled at Langston University. We'll pass the crown to the 2023 homecoming queen. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's give a hand to our 2023 homecoming court and our 2022 homecoming king and queen. Will the following princes please come forward? Kylan Searles, Mike Green, and Dominique White. Will the following princesses please come forward? Jada Williams, Kiera Pete, and Elizabeth Frazier. You know something, my heart's about to jump out of my body here. Now for the moment we've all been waiting for. I know the band is coming out, so fans, can you guys give me a stump roll, please? It means you can stomp your feet, clap your hands, stand up and dance, do the boogie woogie, do the watootsie. Yeah, all of that stuff. Some of y'all old enough to know those dances. All right. I heard my boss, Dr. Robinson Wood, say, "Come on, Fred." That's what she said. So here we go. Our 2023 homecoming king is Dominique White. And our 2023 homecoming queen is, we need a drum roll. Can I get a drum roll? Can I get an applause? Our 23 homecoming queen is Kiera Pete. Kiera Pete. It looks like Kiera. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more round of applause for the 2023 Homecoming King and Queen, Dominique White and Kira Peed. And at this time, the Millwood Marching Band will take the stage and give us a number. Mr. Wilson and the band, take it away.
You just heard the homecoming court announced for the 2023 Homecoming King and Queen. This is Millwood Falcon football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
This is our Love's Travel Stop Student of the Month, Kiana Tubbs, from Crystal Ray, OKC Catholic High School. Thanks for joining us, Kiana.
Thank you guys for having me.
So I heard that you currently have a 4.2857 GPA.
Yes.
That is really impressive. Can you tell us a little bit about what motivates you in school?
So what motivates me in school is just kind of wanting to go to the higher level, so wanting to go to college, but also having a support system in my family and friends, and just wanting to make them proud. So student government, I'm involved as the student body president, so I had to run and be elected for student body president.
I also heard that you have plans to attend Howard University and pursue
Good evening and welcome back to our studio booth, Maurice Prince. And we are, of course, at halftime, and it is the Millwood Enrichment Foundation halftime report. After a beautiful coronation, the Millwood Enrichment Foundation is raising $25,000 to help take care of students and take care of their students and their teachers and scholarships for its Millwood students. Help make a positive difference by investing in the Jewel Institution, Millwood Public Schools. You can make a contribution at Cash App at $Millwood Enrich OKC. That's hashtag Millwood Enrich OKC. Maurice Prince here, trying to catch my breath from a homecoming, so guys, bear with me here. But nonetheless, I am honored to have with me to talk a little bit about the foundation right now. That, of course, is none other than Mr. Harrison. How you doing, sir?
Good evening, everybody. This is Chris Harrison with the Millwood Enrichment Foundation. And Mo Prince, it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Hey, it's great. So talk to me about the importance, of just doing this. Because right now, more than ever, it's more important now to invest in the youth. And this Enrichment Foundation is doing a great job of trying to help this cause. Talk to me about that a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, Mo. You hit the nail on the head. First of all, the academic team as well as the superintendent and everyone else here at the Millwood Public Schools has done a tremendous job cultivating an atmosphere of excellence and growth. But the job of the Millwood Enrichment Foundation is for us to feed into not only the academic side of the teachers, but also the academic side of the students as well. We do that by raising funds, finding needs, finding gaps in the system that we can fill through philanthropic opportunities to make sure that we can continue to push the excellence that has already been set here at the school.
So when we start talking about, doing these things from that, the donations, people always think, well, I got to make a statement. I got to put in $100. I got to do things a little bit out of the ordinary. And I'm saying just the smallest donation, if we could get 10 people to put $5 in, I think that's the important part, and I think that needs to be stated to the people that we're taking all things because it's going straight to help these causes.
It is, and it's a perpetual give. Understand that the school system is going to continue to grow, it's going to continue to thrive, but it's also going to continue to have needs. So if you commit yourself to, just like someone that lives in the Millwood Public School District, we're going to get those property taxes every year. They're committed to that. So that goes into the buildings, etc., that you see here on the lovely campus. But to continue to do that same type of giving, say if you perpetually give $5 or $10 or $25 a month, that can continue to help and grow what it is we're trying to make sure we achieve with the MEF.
Now, when we look at the overall success of what we're doing here, I want everybody to understand that all these dollars goes to the cause it's given. They're not going to come around, and I'm not saying this, but we've heard of giving donations and it ends up, okay, it's a new helmet. You know, it's going to, you know, a new piece of equipment or something else. But this is going directly to the students and the students that need it to achieve.
The students as well as the faculty, as well as the teachers. Well, the great thing about the MEF is when the dollars come in, you have the opportunity to quote-unquote earmark them. And we earmark them for whatever the cause is, whatever it is we're trying to achieve. Our president, Milo Wilson, has given us a challenge of raising $25,000 throughout this football season. We have a new program now called the Century Club. As we well know, the Coach Franklin just reached that 100-win mark. He's only the second coach in the history of Millwood Public Schools, Millwood High School football to reach that 100-win mark. So we're looking for each class to nominate 4 individuals. That's $25 per person. To go into the running and be a part of the Century Club as a football player, then that will create an opportunity us to have a group to look at having a Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's spectacular. That's spectacular. So so which groups need to make these nominations?
These nominations will be every class. So if we're the class of 93, we're celebrating 30 years. And here at homecoming this week, we actually had 5 nominees. There was a tie between the 4th.
Okay, can you do that? Is that legal? Can you have extra candidates? I mean, you said nominate 1. Can you get 5, 6 candidates? Because some folks feel like I was denied back in 93. So I need my shot now.
Well, we did have one person vote 6 times. But yes, you can do that. But the nominations are $25 per individual. Like I said, we'd like to have 4 from every class. But if anything grows from there, we'll of course be excited about it.
Oh, so there's room for extra candidates.
There is.
So this is one that you can still get in.
Yeah, we got 100 slots we're trying to fill. I think we got our first round. We might have about 18 so far.
Now, is there a class that you have not heard from that you're surprised that you've not heard from yet?
74, 75.
1974 ain't doing nothing?
74, 75.
They're not doing nothing?
86.
Say it ain't
88.
So. What?
And then the class of 91 or the class of 90-91 which would have been the class of the first state championship in 1990, which I was glad to be a member of.
I mean, so they're not doing anything to participate?
They have not shown up. I mean, we actually have an individual you may know, Mr. Kevin Perry. I'm challenging him to make sure that his class nominates their 4 as well.
Okay. So KP's class is slacking.
That's right. He's a quarterback. He can do a lot better than that.
You know office politics rules, right? I didn't found something he ain't doing? Oh, yeah, I'm about to talk all about him. Okay, all right. He might even be watching this interview right now. Okay, so I'm just letting him know that's what you're saying. But nonetheless, all these funds and dollars are going toward the students and the teachers.
It is the advancement of what they're needing. And like I said, it's filling a gap, but it's advancing the cause, advancing the purpose of Millwood Public Schools to us. And it gives us an opportunity, those who want to see growth in certain areas, and we understand that we often fund athletics, but the academic opportunities that are available from this have really grown over the last 2 or 3 years.
Athletics makes it popular and can help a foundation, but it is the academics that solidify what you are.
That's correct.
Now, to do this, you can make a contribution at Cash App at hashtag or $ Millwood Enrich OKC. So that's $ Millwood Enrich OKC. Now, next time we come, so that means, of course, Millwood has another home game. I need to know how close we are to the goal. Because, church building funds, they had that little meter, things going up, and I need to know how close we're getting there.
Yeah, I need also the thermometer to get to the red area.
Okay, also, I'm going to invite you to come back next week because I need to know if that certain class, you're talking about 91 and all that
74, 75, 90, 91, 86, 88.
I need to know if any of them heard this and will then jump into action.
Sounds like a plan. 93, we've gotten our first, like I said, it was 4, but it was a tie, so we really had 5. So I think we're leading the pack right now.
Okay, all right. Trying to reach the goal of $25,000. There's still time to do that. Be a part of the future and what is going on in your community. Again, that is $ Millwood Enrich OKC on Cash App. You can do that. So I want to thank you for stopping by, Chris Harrison. For stopping by and talking to us. And again, you're going to hear from him again because he didn't call out some folks, so he's going to have to come back and update that. That's the part of doing radio and broadcast. You just can't put it out there and just leave it like that's it. So we'll take a break and we'll be back in a few minutes and give you some stats and get you ready for the second half of this game. It's homecoming, and I know it's been a minute, but it's 20-10. It's a close game. Once this band gets done, it's about to go down. You're listening to Millwood Football, sponsored by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
hey there, that's me, Butter, playing my song calling Dick Tracy. I'm also a trial lawyer, and I've represented injured people here in Oklahoma for about 32 years. I've tried over 100 jury cases, premises liability, car wrecks, truck wrecks, wrongful death. If you've been injured, you need a lawyer that knows their way around the courtroom. So call me at our law firm, 405-378-3033, and ask for Butter. Now, hey.
Oklahoma City, we're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast. And today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great. And yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood Enrichment Foundation president. Also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board vice president.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Enrichment Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal. And you have a great day.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, this right here is a fat butt. Everybody been hearing about it on the radio. You can come to my Millwood City location, 6003 Southeast 15, or you can go to my admin, 285 South Santa Fe. Come get you one of these taters.
In your time of need, let Chris and Christy Harrison, Heritage Funeral and Cremation Services, take care of you and your family. Heritage Funeral and Cremation Services specializes in the highest level of competence, courtesy, and compassion during your family's difficult time, and will always make sure your loved one's life will be celebrated in a meaningful way. Owners Chris and Christy Harrison would like to earn your trust and business by offering an affordable full-service funeral for only $3,595. This package will save you and your family thousands of dollars and will give your loved one the first-class funeral they deserve. Heritage Funeral and Cremation Services also offers a variety of cremation options. Just stop by their offices to learn more. Located at 1300 North Lottie, or call today at 405-424-5100. That's 424-5100 for Chris and Christy Harrison, Heritage Funeral and Cremation Services.
KRMP, K221FQ, Oklahoma City. The all-new Heart and Soul 92.1 and 1140, a Ferry Broadcasting Station.
And we are back. What a performance. What a halftime. I want to thank Chris Harrison for stopping by and joining us for the halftime for this game. Homecoming 2023. Exciting night overall. SSM Health and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores are the sponsors. I want to also thank our other sponsors, Sunbeam Family Services, OG&E, Millwood and Rich Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Service, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. Looking at some of the key numbers on the first half, Lamar Davis, 6 rushes for 24 yards. and a touchdown. C.J. Turnbull, 4 rushes and 14 yards. C.J. through the air has passed the ball 6 of 11 for 73 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Nickens with 3 catches for 48 yards and a touchdown. Xavier Thompson, 2 catches and 27 yards overall. Now, looking at things from the team perspective for Millwood in the first half of the game, the Falcons overall posted 192 yards of total offense in the first half. The Chisholm Longhorns, 198 yards of total offense, but yet 20-10. And Gary, we saw a first half of the game that Millwood looked like they were going to run away from, but then at the end, Gary, Chisholm, due to Millwood's mistakes, and the big stat of the first half would be penalties overall. Millwood, 10 penalties for 92 yards, and it kept giving opportunities for Chisholm as we're ready to start the second half here. They just kept coming, and kept coming.
Yeah, you cannot help a decent team because they will put points on the board. Now they're back in this game.
Back in the game, and after an extended halftime like this, I know it's eating at Darwin Franklin only because of the momentum of the team, so you got to get back in gear.
Yeah.
So the Falcons get to start off on offense on the second half here. And, and to me, this is the most important drive because you've got to sustain and give yourself a chance to get back in it.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I know that the prolonged halftime did not help this situation at all.
All right, 4 receivers. Trips to the right side, 2 of them stacked inside the hash marks. And starting the second half of this game, just want to point it out as that catch is made there. Nice reception on that play by not Josiah Woods. It looks like Donovan Knight on that reception there. But the key thing here I want to point out to you, Gary, more than anything else is that we know that CJ's not starting the second half of this game.
Right. He went down in the first half, what looked like to be an arm injury, and so it looks like Josiah Woods is going to take it in from here.
So a gain of what will be 1 or 2 yards on the play. This time they give the ball to Keys, and Keys hits the Jets. He's in drive. He's going to take the car. Is he going to get to the house? No, he's going to be brought down just inside the 15, down to the 11, maybe the 10-yard line. That's what you needed to get things going in the second half here.
Yeah, well executed inside zone play. I mean, he was out there, but again, that last-minute effort by the Longhorns to drag him down by the shoestring, but excellent play call, excellent carry executed out by the Falcons offense.
Where's that ball spotted at, Gary?
11.
At the 11-yard line, just outside the 10, 1st and 10. And just for those keeping stats at home, that was a run of 53 yards for Keys. And this time, Lamar Davis gets his number called and takes it down inside the 2 down to the 1. So it's 1st and goal for the Falcons. It's a Sunbeam Family Services first down.
Yeah, good inside zone play by Lamar Davis. Yeah, by Davis. And, he was just, like I said, one cut downhill, accelerated, almost crossed the goal line.
And the Falcons needed to get the momentum back, and here it is. And
drive killer. Delay of game.
Delay of game or illegal substitution. That's what that looked like to me.
Chance Bubba Davis checked into the game.
So illegal substitution.
Yeah, they went with double tight power I, and then which is a 3-back set. But that means you can't have a wide receiver out there. There was too many on the field. Illegal participation.
So 1st and goal now from the 6. The Falcons have gotten down here with one explosive run play by Anthony Keys, the true freshman. 5'7", 172, and he's got jets, folks. Double tight end. Ball is snapped, and Josiah Woods is going to keep it.
He walks in untouched.
Gets it to the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. A First Security Bank touchdown. So Josiah Woods gets in the game and gets a touchdown for his efforts.
Very efficient.
Reservation for 6 in the words of Doolittle. Gets it into the end zone for that. So
let's
nice
see if
job.
we can make it 8.
So right now the Falcons extend their lead back to 16 right now. And the pressure goes all the way back on the Longhorns here. So Lamar Davis getting ready to run the Wild Falcon.
Hard count.
10 seconds on the play clock. And into the end zone.
Oh, nice. Quarterback
Nice
keeper.
walk in by Davis. Touchdown or 2-point conversion for the Falcons. Extends the lead to 18, 28-10. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune in to my show, Super Prep Live.
Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live.
Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
And enroll in the Hair Cafe College.
And we're back. 2023 homecoming. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call. And looks like Cameron Carter's going to put this ball in play. Back to receive the ball deep. The Longhorns are standing inside the 20-yard line. That looks like Flanagan back there to get it. Kick is away. Nice, strong kick. It's going to be fielded this time.
Oh, blindside.
And there's going to be several flags on the play as the ball is returned out to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, new rule, you cannot blindside.
It would have been a nice kick. It was received at the 19-yard line and returned for a gain of what will be 5, but we know more is coming. As that penalty is going to be against the Falcons. We're in double digits in penalties.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's not against the Falcons. It's against the Longhorns.
Oh, that's a break.
Yeah.
So that penalty from the 25-yard line going to be against the Longhorns.
Backing it up to the 10.
So it is blocked in the back. So it's going to take the ball back to the 10-yard line. Loss of 15 yards on the play, or on the penalty, I should say. And Hamilton and the Longhorns are set to get going. Now, going right up the middle this time, new ball carrier.
Yeah,
that looks like Trevor Hawes on that carry there.
He ran right into Cameron Carter, and
that doesn't. You don't normally win that when that happens. It's a gain of 2 on the play.
It's kind of like a running into a tree stump, you know.
And the Falcons going to get caught jumping off sides into the neutral zone. That's going to move the ball up to the 17-yard line. Setting up second down and what will be 3. So second down and 3. Now going to get the ball out to Flanagan on the outside. Flanagan cuts near the 20. And it looks like he's going to be short of the first down by 1 yard, gain of 2.
Wow. Okay. Must have went down to one knee.
So third down and 1 is the call here. 8:50 to go in the third period. Millwood up 28-10. 3 receivers, 2 split. Ball is snapped. Going to hand it off to look like Flanagan, and a big-time hit.
Yeah, Miko Levine.
Miko Levine laying the wood that time, but not enough to stop him. They're going to at least get a first down.
Yeah, that was a great play, though, by Miko. I mean, being at the defensive end or outside linebacker position, he got flat and chased that ball and was there for the cutback.
Gain of 3, so it's first and 10 now from the 22-yard line. Got 4 receivers, kind of like a committee or a group on one side of the field on the left side. Call it the committee formation.
A quad. Up, double pump.
Double pump. Hamilton's going to let it fly across the middle, and that pass is incomplete. Hovering in the area was Tyshawn Buford again, and I don't think he saw the ball because if he had looked up, he would have had it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they threw it right in traffic. But I think Buford kind of saw the opportunity for a little bit of.
Well, what was happening there is Jamarian Franklin was about to unload on the receiver. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And so he wasn't really looking. He was looking at, oh, that's about to be a big hit instead of looking at the ball. Had he looked at the ball, it would have been an interception. So now we've got 3 receivers, trips to the right side, kind of in a wishbone formation out there on the flats. So now going to hand the ball off to Flanagan. And Flanagan's going to take it out to the 26-yard line. Gain of 4.
Yeah, that formation out there, as they call that, a tight bunch.
Well, the bunch formation is interesting, but it's always what you do out of it. You know, so it's always intriguing.
You can crisscross players. You can rub guys off. I mean, there's a lot you can do out of it.
3 receivers, twins to the right side, single back, ball snapped. Hamilton has his pass
deflected, almost intercepted by Carter.
It almost was a block, scoop, and score. A block interception, a pick 6. I don't know what you call it.
If he just would have had another step there, he probably could have tipped that ball and caught it on the run. So it looks like
Cameron Carter knocked it down. So it's 4th down and 6, and the Longhorns are going to wisely punt this ball away.
Yeah, I wouldn't chance it.
So now going to work right now. Ball is away, and the kick is high, end over end, and Xavier's going to field it at the 34-yard line, make that the 33. He's got around the edge.
Oh.
And he tries to stiff arm, and a nice open field tackle that time by Colin McVeigh.
Yeah.
Who was not fooled.
One man to beat, man. And I know X is thinking to himself, golly, man, if I just would have got away from this one guy. He's been trying all night to bust one open, you know.
The ball is at the 40-yard line, or that's where they're going to start, or they're going to spot it at the 39. I think they're going to spot it at the 39.
Yeah.
So here we go to work right now. Or is there a penalty? And there must be a flag somewhere because the ball is being marched backwards, Gary. I didn't see it.
Did you see a flag down?
I did not. But it is a blocking penalty against the Falcons.
Wow.
That penalty is going to move the ball. Going to move the ball inside the 30 into the 20, make that the 24-yard line. So 1st down and 10 from that spot. And this time, Josiah Woods dancing, getting away from tackles. That's called making something out of nothing.
That's right. That's right. He did a great job of pulling the ball down and spun out of a couple of tackles. He kept going. You know, he's not running side to side. He's going north and south or from north to south. And he picked up about 6 yards on that play.
Almost 7. 2nd down and what would be 3 now. Woods, shotgun formation. 2 backs, 3 receivers, twins to the right. Jaden Nickens comes in motion across the formation.
There's a miscue.
Miscommunication. It looks like they were going to run a jet sweep. And Woods has to try and do something. This time his magic doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
He may get a gain of 1 or no gain at all on the play. There's no gain on the play. So 3rd down on what will be a long 3 yards to go. So communication has changed. And it's interesting, Gary, when we talk about losing your starting quarterback, a lot of things can change with you when you do that because now you don't have the same momentum, you don't have the same cadence, you don't have the same reach, the same feel. All those things are affected by that.
And then you got someone in there who's not getting as many reps.
So low snap. This time Woods tries to pull it down.
But it looked like there may be either a holding or a face mask.
It looks like a face mask penalty, Gary.
If it's a face mask, that's a good thing. But if it's holding.
Nope, it's holding against the Falcons.
You saw his head kind of spun around a little bit too.
I saw that, Gary. Yeah. All you could do is sit there and say, first of all, you hope he's all right if that's what it was.
Right.
Secondly, you're like, you can't believe it's another penalty against the Falcons.
Right.
And that penalty is declined. So they're going to take the result of the play. So that puts the – so it's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. Okay.
Oh, great punt.
Great kick by Zaire Fisher, and it's going to be fielded by Barker back at the 47 or 46-yard line.
Yeah, it takes a lot of concentration to not muff a punt with 4 Falcons standing around you all within about a yard and a half.
It does.
That's a lot of pressure.
It takes a special individual to handle
to block that out? Oh, my goodness.
So the ball will be spotted or received at the 43-yard line. That's where it's going to be fair caught. So 1st and 10 for the Longhorns. So you were able to stop the Falcons after they scored. So you got to find a way now, Gary, if you're the Longhorns, to try and put 7 on the board to try and cut into this a little bit to change the momentum. It's 5:14 to go, 28-10. Pass is going to be thrown to the outside.
Yeah. Gain of about 3 yards immediately met by Zaire Fisher.
Colin McVeigh with the reception on that one. So nice pass play for a couple of yards as the ball's out to the 46 yards, gain of 3. Gain of 3, so 2nd down and what will be 7 yards to go. This clock has moved pretty good for the 3rd quarter, but again, if you're Millwood, you finish this game out and get out of here.
Right.
No more players getting hurt.
Especially no more players. I mean, you're down the quarterback right now.
3 receivers, twins to the left side. Hamilton's going to put it up pressure. Hamilton's going to throw to the outside. Little high, pass incomplete. Good defense on that play by number 15, Zion Roberts, who was back there in coverage as well as Tyshawn Buford, who was also in the area.
Yeah.
The only thing about passes is it stops the clock. That's the only crazy thing.
Right.
So 3rd down and 7 here. Okay, we're getting an update now that CJ is fine, but they're going to hold him out the rest of the night.
Okay.
So he is fine. I just want to report that out there. We're getting a report that CJ is fine. Ball is snapped. Hamilton going to throw it across the middle, and he put too much. Again, he didn't have any time, and that's because of the Falcon defense. So pass is incomplete. And one thing Hamilton's going to have to do is get that arm up higher. When he releases, he's throwing it up. And that also leads to a floating ball, deflected ball that could be an interception.
Yeah.
That's why the Falcons have been able to get it. If the ball's a little bit lower, it lessens the chance. Doesn't mean that the Falcons still don't pick off 4 passes tonight.
Right.
But it changes what might happen on the outcome of the play.
It's amazing how that pass will that pass will sail or float on you when you got guys breathing down your neck. You know, the pressure, breaks down the mechanics. You're just trying to get the ball out.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. So, looks like a timeout has been called on the field by Chisholm. It is a Longhorn timeout sponsored by OG&E. Thank you for being great in our community. Thank you, OG&E. Time for us to take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Oklahoma City Catholic High School. Kiana Tubbs has set her standards high in the classroom and has core values, displaying success in academics, community, hard work, and teamwork. For winning Student of the Month for September, she'll receive recognition in the Black Chronicle, Heart and Soul 92.1, and 1140 and Power 103.5. She also qualifies for the Student of the Year $10,000 scholarship. Congratulations to Miss Kiana Tubbs for being selected as our September Student of the Month.
Homecoming 2023. Punt from the Longhorns coming up. Snap is away. Kick is high.
He shanked it.
And it is going to be down at the 37-yard line. And that's where the Falcons will set up shop, 1st and 10 from that spot.
So Mo, let me ask you, what are you seeing with CJ out? Now we got Woods in. He's running the offense. What are you seeing from the crowd?
Now that we know CJ is okay, and is going to be held out, then if I'm Woods, this is my opportunity to do it. So it's going to be based upon what kind of plays they call.
You're right.
So 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Ball is snapped. Woods is going to fling it out. Wide receiver screen to Jay Nickens. Nickens is going to run out of bounds right about midfield. They're going to mark him out at the 49-yard line. Going to be a gain of 12 on the play. Nice job. And I think you just needed to warm Josiah Woods up a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, after that, it's going to be a Sunbeam Family Services first down.
Build
a brighter future with children and families. You can find mental health support, become a foster parent, enroll a child in early childhood education and care, and there's so much more. They are located at the Edwards Early Education and Community Hope Center, the former Edwards Elementary School. Ball is snapped. This time, Woods is going to carry it, going to take it to the outside, going to get a gain of 2 as he takes the ball into Chisholm territory. What were you about to say there, Gary?
Well, I was going to say that now Woods can relax. I mean, he's got the rest of the game. He can just relax and play. I don't think anybody's going to take him out, you know, given the fact that CJ probably will not return. And as you stated, we reported that he's not going to return. So he can just relax and play and operate the team and have this half to gain some additional game experience.
So now we've got 3 receivers, 2 stacked on the right side, 2-back formation. Ball is snapped. Woods has it, puts it in the belly of Keys, and Keys is going to get absorbed. And that's my pet peeve, Gary, right there.
What's that?
Now, you can do a delayed handoff on 2nd down, but as long as it's not 4th down and short yardage. If you just watch that at home, that is the antithesis of what upsets Mo. Now, Gary always wants to say, I'm a big back, Big Ten guy, just throw the ball back to the fullback, and we're going to mash you for 3 yards at a time.
Yeah.
But I'm just putting it out there right now, but I'm just saying.
Hey, Mo is a believer in a running back that'll get you 3 yards no matter what.
If
you need 2 yards, they'll get you 3 yards. But if you need 10 yards, they'll get you 3 yards.
I don't know if that's exactly what I was saying.
Middle screen didn't work.
And the middle screen did not work as the ball was in the hands of Keys.
Yeah.
And the ball was now back on the Millwood side as they ran that play. And this time they try to run a screen play to Keys again. And this time the Longhorns have been reading it well. I'm going to bring him down now at the 46-yard line. You know,
look like the punt team.
4th down and 13, and Zaire Fisher's coming out to kick this ball away. Now, what it is modern football I like, you know, and I'm old school guy. I am a fan of running the football, Gary, and so are you.
Right, I am too. I mean,
it's just when you try to run the ball out of spread formations in situational football is when I get upset.
Yeah.
So the ball's going to be blown dead inside.
But I mean, here's what I say about that last play, though.
The 27.
That play call wasn't a bad play call.
No.
But what happened is that the backside tackle didn't get the down block.
No. And let's put it's in the middle of the field and 2nd down. Okay. But I'm talking about 4th down and 1, Gary.
I know.
Okay,
you don't have to explain that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, because you're going to sit here and paint a picture of me sitting there going, yeah, I like it when they had the leather helmets. And out there,
you fold them up, put them in your pocket.
I like concussion football. Stop.
Play with, you know, Mo likes that football where they didn't have mouthpieces. Oh, interception, Miko Levine.
Miko Levine has it.
He's going to have
and he's still on his feet.
Go down, Miko. Yeah, there you go.
And they're going to blow the play dead, but Miko Levine with the interception.
That's 5 interceptions.
5 interceptions on the night, but it was pressure that created that interception.
Yep, and the Longhorns turn it over.
Ball was intercepted at the 33 or 32-yard line, and Miko returns it to where it is. Where is it now, Gary?
It is marked down at the 15 or 16.
So a return of 11, a return of 17 or 12 yards on the play. So again, short work for Josiah Woods. 2-back formation. Looks like double tight end as well. Low snap. Lamar Davis gets the call. Jumps down and takes it down to what looks like to be the 10-yard line. Gain of 5.
Good hard run.
So
He's really demonstrating his ability to bend that zone read back to the weak side.
So it's second down and what will be 5 yards to go. Falcons can get a first down, of course, at the 5-yard line. 2-back formation, 2 tight ends, 1 receiver out to the left side. Keys comes in motion across the formation. Woods has it, low snap, he picks it up off the ground. And Lamar Davis with an unbelievable jump cut, and he almost got away. He showed almost great escapability there, Gary.
Yeah, he just kind of bent that thing inside, then took it back outside and accelerated. I mean, they got him, of course, but if he was just a little bit stronger and maybe hadn't had another half step, he probably would have scored.
I liked it that he finished diving ahead, Gary.
Yeah,
That's
finishing off his run.
Got a gain of 2, and that was all because of the effort. So third down and what will be 3 yards to go. So you got Keys and Davis in the backfield, 2-back formation, 2 receivers split on either side. You got Nickens and Xavier Thompson. Falcons got 3 seconds to snap this ball.
No, we got him legal.
And everybody was watching some things and nobody understood the count, but everybody was looking at the play clock.
Yeah.
So the Falcons got a little anxious there, so it's going to be a penalty for false start. He's going to move the ball back beyond the 10 to the 12-yard line. So third down. What will be 7 yards to go now, maybe 8, given your vantage point. 2 receivers, again, split on either side. You got Nickens and Xavier Thompson. Nickens is looking like he's going to run a corner route. Woods calls for it.
There it is.
Corner route.
He left it short.
And
yeah, left it way too short.
And the pass is incomplete.
It's almost like the ball slipped out of his hand.
Well, he got hit on the release.
Okay.
He got hit on the release. And so the pass was intended for Nickens, but it's incomplete. So it's 4th down and 8 yards to go. Officially on the clock at 16 seconds left in the third. Falcons got to start hurrying up a little bit. They're getting a little slow and getting into the personnel groups. They got 14 seconds. Yeah, already on the play clock, and nobody's.
And they're substituting people in and out. Yeah.
And they're lucky that the official's not standing over them like they're supposed to for substitution.
Right. He got it off.
Woods gets it off, looking in the end zone, looking, can't find anybody, and then finds to let it go. And that pass is going to be caught by Jaden Nickens, but it's going to be caught at the 4-yard line, which is not bad.
Yeah.
But it's going to be turnover on downs.
Yeah, it was almost as if he was rolling right. And, that's one of the other things that as I'm recognizing is sometimes, when you're in your normal route concepts, when the quarterback begins to break and starts moving to one side of the field or the other, receivers got to recognize that and break their routes off and immediately go to the scramble drill.
But again, the hardest thing for them to adjust to, Gary, is the fact that CJ's not in the game, and you're likely to make a mistake there because he's not in the game. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear where you're coming from, but standard scramble drills is standard. Wide receiver training, quarterback training. When you go 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and the ball's not out, and you look up and the quarterback's still holding, and if he's moving to one side or the other, it instantly converts to a scramble drill. Instantly. And that means the receivers have to see it and immediately hit their depths. And those depths are typically a shallow, a mid, and a deep, all moving, to get into the face of the quarterback.
All right, time for us to take a break. We'll be back. It's the time for the start of the fourth quarter. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
Hey, this right here is a fat butt. Everybody been hearing about it on the radio. You can come to my Millwood City location, 6003 Southeast 15, or you can go to my admin, 285 South Santa Fe. Come get you one of these taters.
Visit us today at
at 1541 Northeast 23rd Street, or give us a call at 405-424-4341, or visit our website at www.fsbokc.com. First Security Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we are back getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods on the call for you. And Gary, overall, we're back to live action there.
Yeah, Longhorns attempted an inside zone play tackled by Cameron Carter.
Yeah, that inside zone play did not work, so they got a gain of 3 out of it.
Yeah.
I just wasn't ready for them to snap the ball just yet.
Yeah, it was quick.
Yeah, it really kind of was. It really kind of was.
Quarterback zone.
So quarterback zone read play, no gain, maybe a loss on the play. So it's going to be 3rd down and what will be 8 yards to go. I want to make sure we thank all our sponsors for tonight's game. Sunbeam Family Services, OG&E, Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threet's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wings Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company. So 3rd down and long. Ball is snapped. Hamilton going to throw it to the outside. Has a receiver there, and it's going to be caught. Well, it will be enough for a 1st down as the ball is out to what will be the 33 or 32-yard line.
Yeah, that was pretty good execution by the Longhorns. Just basically threw an out route and threw it in a spot where the only person that can get to it is the receiver, and he was able to get past the sticks. And so they're moving the chains. 1st down, Longhorns.
So getting the ball out to the 33-yard line, it will be a 1st down. And back to work again. Flanagan to the outside.
Yep.
Flanagan's up for the sideline. He's finally knocked out of bounds.
They
That's
need
going
to
be
watch
close.
that. It could be close to a personal foul.
That was close, but there is no current flag, but not to the
Tackled
liking
by Cameron Carter.
of. So they're going to give him a gain of 6 or 7 on the play, taking the ball out to the 41-yard line.
Flag.
So we'll see here how they sort this out, because as it stands, so delay of game or too many men on the field.
Unsportsmanlike
conduct. Let me correct that.
Oh, that's 15-yarder.
So unsportsmanlike conduct means that something was said after the end of that last play, Gary. Moving the ball back inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line. Second down and what will be 17 yards to go. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Hamilton in shotgun formation. Hamilton's going to put it up, and he throws it. Has a nice receiver open, and it's a good tackle in an open field by Jamarian Franklin.
Yeah.
But it's a great pass and catch there by Hamilton.
Yeah, real clean. Very well executed.
Pass is caught.
3rd down and 9 or
all
8.
the way out to the 37-yard line. 3rd down and 6. 4 receivers, trips to the right side. Going to work. Ball is snapped. They're going to throw the ball across the middle.
Oh.
The pass is going to be caught. He's on the races.
Missed tackle.
He's at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. A big strike play.
Yep.
As Deerding going to take it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns.
Yeah, I mean, quarterback stayed alive long enough to look downfield, threw a strike.
63-yard touchdown pass by the Longhorns.
Yep.
And now it's 28-16. I mean, the Longhorns haven't put 2 of these together.
Right.
But it's 4:40 to go.
9:40.
9:40 to go in the contest now. So if they get the 2 here, it's back to a 10-point game without, if they can get a stop and get another score, this might be interesting here to finish this game, Gary.
Quarterback keeper goes back up. He doesn't get in.
does not get in. The two-point conversion attempt is unsuccessful. So nothing doing there. And we will take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony's.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
A senior at Crystal Ray, Oklahoma City Catholic High School. Kiana Tubbs set her standards high in the classroom and has core values, displaying success in academics, community, hard work, and teamwork. For winning Student of the Month for September, she'll receive recognition in the Black Soul 92.1 and 1140 and Power 103.5. She also qualifies for the Student of the Year $10,000 scholarship. Congratulations to Miss Kiana Tubbs for being selected as our September Student of the Month.
Fourth quarter here at the Good. Homecoming 2023. The Falcons are about to get the ball back to receive it deep for the Falcons is Xavier Thompson. He's going to be standing right there about the 20-yard line. Make that, well, he's hovering. But we'll see here if Coach Gilbert decides to roll the dice a little bit here, Gary. I wouldn't, because right now I give my defense a fair chance. Millwood doesn't have their starting quarterback in. I'm going to try and get a 3 and out. And it's a low squib kick.
Onside.
And it's rolling around the ground. The Falcons are going to maintain possession of it as Jamarian Franklin controls it. It's going to be ruled down at what will be the 36-yard line. But, Gary, I figured something was going to happen here because they're trying to catch something loose.
Well, like I said, if there was ever a time to gamble, this would be the time. 9:40 left.
Right.
You know,
so
if you're a
time
gambling
is still
man.
in your favor if you're the Longhorns.
Right.
If you're Millwood, you scored another one, they're going to start running out of time.
And here's the reality. You kick it to Xavier Thompson, that's not the best option. So, you know, you put the ball on the ground and see what happens.
All right, so we have a full house backfield, and it goes to Keys, and Keys gets those legs pumping and gets a gain of 6 or 7 yards on the play.
Good carry on first down.
So Keys is going to take the ball beyond the 40-yard line. I think they're going to mark him at the 43.
You know, the run game right now, Mo, is where you chew up a lot of clock. You keep that ball moving, you keep those chains moving, but you stay. You don't run out of bounds. You run that clock, shorten this game.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers, and before things get started,
too many moving pieces.
But that penalty for offsides.
Oh, okay, goes against the Longhorns.
Goes against the Longhorns. That's going to move the ball up to the 40, put it at the 48-yard line.
Well, I thought I saw when the motion man moved for the Falcons, I also saw the tailback flinch. And so I thought they called it.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers. The tight end is lined up as an H-back on this formation. It's Cameron Carter. And Lamar Davis is the quarterback right now, folks. Running the Wild Falcon. And Lamar Davis finds a crease.
Oh, he comes
back.
back.
To get to the outside.
Oh,
he's at the 35. He's at the 30.
Gone.
At the 20, 5, 15,
He's
5.
gone.
Touchdown, Millwood. It's a First Security Bank touchdown.
Yeah. When he cut back and nobody was there, it's like, oh, shoot, he's out the door.
Out the gate, coming out fast.
I don't know how fast he is, but he looks like he looks like he could be a 4-5 type, 4-5, 4-6 kid.
His feet says he's on fire. 64 yards to the house for the Falcons, and that's what you wanted. It only took about a minute and a half off the clock, though. But Davis running the Wild Falcon again.
You know what they say, man. You know, I know it didn't take a whole lot of time off the clock, but, you know, it says somewhere in the Bible, you know, get your money, man.
In the Bible, you don't say. Must be the Blue Bible. Ball is snapped, and Davis is going to have to eat that one.
Yeah. In the words of Mike Epps, you know, he says, get your money, man. You know, don't turn down that touchdown. Don't turn down that 6.
34-16. First Security Bank touchdown on that play. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony's and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores.
First Security Bank and Trust Company proudly serves our community and believes we have the responsibility to help it prosper. Bank with people you know and trust, right here in our community. First Security Bank and Trust offers customized personal, small business, and commercial financial products and services to meet your specific needs. To discuss your personal or business needs, visit us today at 1541 Northeast 23rd Street or give us a call at 405-424-4341 or visit our website at www.fsbokc.com. First Security Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Cameron Carter set to kick it off for the Falcons. 8:32 to go in this game tonight. The Falcons, for the most part, truly have been in control of this game. They were able to set the tone early and really have not given the Longhorns a true foothold in this game,
No.
for the exception of the penalties.
Right. The penalties is what kind of helped them.
Has everything to do with that 16 points.
Everything to do with it, yeah.
The kick is away.
Oh.
And it's going to go through the
Good
end zone.
kick.
Good kick. So it will be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Longhorns. And just when they thought they could get a little closer, the Falcons extend the lead and push it back out. Lead was officially 18 points. Now you're looking at 24. So the one thing the Longhorns don't have a lot of is time.
Right.
So if you're going to score, they got to score here before the 5-minute mark.
And they need to throw the ball around a little bit more, which to preserve time.
Yeah, and stop the clock.
Mm-hmm.
So Hamilton in shotgun formation with 4 receivers split. Hamilton's going to put it up, looks across the middle. Receiver got jammed up on the inside, but the pass is going to be caught at about the 26-yard line.
And a gain of about 6 yards, 5 yards.
So 2nd down and 4. They're going to have to hurry to the line. Coach Gilbert for the Chisholm Longhorns are trying to get things going here.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of time to ask a bunch of questions.
So here they are, coming set. 4 receivers, trips to the left side. Hamilton in shotgun, calls for it. He has it, steps back, fires it across the middle again.
Almost intercepted by Miko Levine.
And again, that slant route, the Falcons are reading it extremely well. So 3rd down and 4.
Good play. I mean, Miko showing that, he played a lot of defensive end for us. He's being recruited to North Texas as a linebacker, an outside linebacker. He's showing a lot of good range out there, and how he's able to drop and be aware and flip his hips and move towards the ball. He's gotten his hands on a couple of balls tonight.
7:50 to go in the contest. 10 seconds on the play clock. The Longhorns are going to have to hurry up. They're not certain on the call. 6 seconds on the clock, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. And the coach burns a timeout. Confusion.
Yep.
On the side of the Longhorns on that. That's an OG&E timeout right now.
And I saw that in the first couple of plays.
7:50. This time check is brought to you by A-Plus Lawn Service. Do you want your home or lawn or business to look green?
Yes.
Full and healthy?
Of course.
Call professionals. Who are the professionals? A-Plus Lawn Service. Owner Milo Wilson and his staff will take great care of you.
Yes, they will.
Just call for an appointment today, 405-535-5139. That's 405-535-5139. Also, want to make sure we thank all our sponsors for tonight's game: Sunbeam Family Services, OG&E, the Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A-Plus Lawn Services, Big O's Pork and Dream, Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threed's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry Insurance Agency, Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. So now, they better have 2 plays ready, because don't you have to go for it on 2 downs here, Gary?
Yeah.
back to live action. And going to
Double
flick it off
pass.
to the outside. It's a double pass. And that pass.
Did he catch it? Did they consider it a yep? They called it a yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if he
how
actually
clean
caught
it was, but
one thing's for sure, they're going to give it to him. And the officials are discussing it, so it might be incomplete, Gary. I mean, there is a meeting back here, either that or is it a penalty that we didn't see?
the question they're asking was there? If there wasn't a forward pass, he threw the ball backwards.
So they're discussing it all the way through, so I'm still not certain what the call is. So it's a legal forward pass.
I don't know. I thought he threw the ball backwards.
So I'm not quite sure about that one, but if that's what they want to say, you know, that's what they call. It's not our jobs to sit there and try to analyze it. But, Gary, it looked like that might not be what we just saw.
Right.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
I concur.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I concur.
So the officials are still talking about it. I'm not certain on what they're talking about. Do you have any idea?
I don't know either. I mean, I don't know. At 9:46 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, some penalties you just say, okay, this is what it is.
I mean, to me, it wasn't a catch. That ball hit the ground over here. So it looks like they're going to mark it off. And that's what Franklin is like. Did that ball really – he didn't catch the ball. The ball hit the ground.
So Franklin is not happy about whatever the call is. So they're giving him the catch and saying the catch was legal.
They're giving him the catch.
So no flag on the play. And they're going to put the ball at the 39-yard line. So when it's all said and done, that's the call.
Right.
So first down and 10 from that spot, but yeah, so there's a lot of problems going on here. But the ball will be spotted at the 44-yard line. So if that's the case, it will be first and 10 from them from that spot. So first and 10 Longhorns from the spot now that we have it all sorted out. Like it or not, referee Marcus Walker had to figure it out. He came over and said something to Franklin, and I'm sure Franklin's not going to put him on his Christmas card list at all. 7:42 to go in the contest right now. So we've got 5 receivers now. Trips to the left side. And then the Falcons, they're saying the Falcons did not jump that time. The clock is moving. And they're going to swing the pass to the outside into the flats. And going to be down after a gain of 2. Short gain on the play, but they got to throw it out there somehow to create some isolation.
And he did stay in bounds, yes.
And it keeps the clock moving. So if you're the Falcons, you like that, as we'll be under 7 minutes to play when this next ball is snapped. So getting the call in, 23 seconds on the play clock. So to me, this is one of those situations where you really can't afford to take this much time. You got to call 2 plays in advance, Gary, if you're Chisholm, right?
Right. Pressure. Ooh.
Hamilton's going to throw it ahead, but the ball ran out of – it just was flat. Pass is incomplete. Not enough juice on it. So 3rd down and 8. And once again, the Falcons applying plenty of pressure. Hamilton just trying to get it out there. 6:42. Third down and what will be 8 yards to go. They got 16 seconds on the play clock. And again, they're taking every bit of 15 to 20 seconds on each play, Gary.
Yeah. No,
the coaches aren't trying to win, they're trying to execute.
Yeah, they don't have middle screen.
And the pass is high.
I mean, we swallowed the hook on it. Man, I mean, you know, they just move it out the way, just let us run through, and nobody stops to think. I mean, cardinal rule, defensive line, if you come off the ball on the pass play and they release you, freeze. That's a drill that you teach every day, all day. If they engage you and release you, stop in your tracks. The screen is there.
So 4th down and 8 is what it is now. So 3 receivers. Ball is snapped. Hamilton's got to put it up. They got to complete
downhill.
This. Has a receiver open and is going to fall short. Pass incomplete. Turnover on downs. So only another 12 seconds come off the clock.
I was about to say.
So, you know, with pass plays. So let's see if Coach Franklin elects to run the ball now just to try and, you know, get this thing through. I mean, wouldn't you do that?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do anything but run the ball. Jet sweep, inside zone, option, quarterback zone read. You know, I mean, I wouldn't throw the ball.
So Woods comes back in, 2-back set, 3 receivers, twins to the left. Woods has it. Going to put in the belly of Davis, and Davis may get a gain of 1 as he takes the ball to the 45-yard line. So 2nd down and 9. And we are still above 6 minutes. But when this next play is snapped, we will be
at 5.
In the 5
in
minute
change,
change category. That's right. So 2-back set again. Coach Batson calls 3 receivers, twins to the left side. Falcons killing some time. 8 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time here. They're just trying to milk this clock a little bit. Ball is snapped, and this time they're going to hand it off to Davis, who finds a crease again in the.
He should have kept going north and south. I don't know why he jumped left. He should have scored.
He should have scored.
All he had to do is just keep running straight.
I think he was purposely not trying to score, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but Gary, that's the feeling I get after that play.
Clock's running.
Keep the clock running. Because what's more valuable, the clock running or another set of points? Now, depending on where you are in your football life, determines how you feel about that.
Right.
So we're under 5.5 to go. Finally, the wind is starting to pick up here, and
Feels
the temperature has now dripped closer to the high 70s now, upper 70s. It's about 82 degrees with a nice wind.
Perfect shorts weather.
So going to pick that, and Keys is going to get absorbed in the backfield.
I mean, he got gobbled up.
Not a good block by the line on that one. That couldn't have been. So he's going to be brought down now at the 35-yard line. Mm-hmm. Keys has got the bad end of the blocking tonight. He's had more tough runs tonight than he probably would like, but he's also had some pretty runs too.
Right.
So 2nd down and what will be 16 yards to go, 4:36 to go in the contest. 2-back set. Correction.
4:25.
Single back, but Keys is lined up as the H-back. They're going to throw it to the outside, and they were trying to run a quick screen. And the Woods pass is incomplete. That time intended for Donovan Knight. 3rd down and 16. 34-16 is our score tonight. Clock stops at 4:17. 2-back formation, 2 receivers split for Woods.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And the Longhorns are going to jump offside before the ball is snapped.
Yeah, they were trying to time it up perfectly.
Offside penalty is going to move the ball down to the 30. So back to 3rd down and 11. 2-back formation. 2 receivers to the left side. 9 seconds on the play clock. And then Lamar Davis wants to be have it swung
goes
out the
deep to Jay Nick.
and
Overthrows
put
it.
too much pepper on it. Jay Nickens was running the stop and go route. But that pass is incomplete. So it's a 4th down and 11 situation for the Falcons, and you keep your offense out here, Gary.
Right.
My object here now, grant you, I want to catch the ball and do something that lets the clock run a little bit of time off.
Right.
Not necessarily interested in getting the 1st down, but if I get the 1st down, I'll be happy about it.
Right. You're not going to turn it down.
So 3 receivers now.
And this is a skill I think that the Falcons really need to focus in on as well, and that is how to close out games with 5 minutes on the clock. You know, we talk about that a lot when we call the Langston games. Ball on the ground. Yep.
Ball on the ground.
Turnover.
So there's going to be a turnover on downs. Davis had to eat that one on a bad snap.
Yep.
So the ball will be at the 35-yard line. But turnover on downs, it will be Longhorn football.
Oh.
So now going back to work. The Longhorns are going to come out with 4:06 on the clock here. The Falcons.
And given the pace of their play calling, they'll probably use up this 4 minutes if they can move the chains.
They're going to put it in the belly to Trevor Hawes. Ball's going to be taken out to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Second down, and what will be about 8 or 7, depending on where you feel. Under 3.5 it will be when this ball is snapped. We've got 3 receivers, twins to the right side. Hawes in the backfield, standing single back, hip pocket of Hamilton. No, it's not Hamilton anymore either. That pass is incomplete. So both coaches using this opportunity to give their backups an opportunity to play. So this is Waysinger, who's in the game now, for Chisholm. So 3rd down and what will be 7 yards to go.
You know,
4 receivers, trips to the right side. Go ahead, Gary.
So I'm kind of looking at like the amount of time versus it's 2 till 10, and I'm just curious: was it the festivities that kind of got this thing off?
It's a mixture of the festivities, which was the halftime was truly 30 minutes, and it was probably a hard 35 to be honest with you, maybe 40 minutes, and then on top of that. Then all the other penalties that were accrued by both teams really made this a much longer game than it probably needed to be. You know, we've had a couple of tough meetings on the field by officials here, and so you do all that, and you turn around and you're still saying there's still time in this game. Kick is away, and is it going to be Falcon football, or did it ricochet off, or did they just down it? Okay, so it's Falcon football on a muff punt. It ricochets off the back of a defender who didn't see the ball coming on the punt. No, actually, I'm all mixed up. Chisholm just punted the ball and the Falcons downed it. That's really what happened here.
Yeah, he muffed it off his chest.
So it's going to be Falcon football at the 37-yard line, at the Millwood 37.
3:10.
3:10 to go. Let's see if we can get that thing under 1. How about that? 3 receivers. And Woods is going to go right up the middle. Get a yard, 2 on the play.
Maybe a yard.
Taking the ball out to the 42-yard line. Correction, make that the 41. Gain of 3 on the play.
slowing that tempo way down now.
Yeah, second down on what will be 6. 2:30 to go in the contest. And remember, coming up immediately following this, you have the SSM Health at St. Anthony's postgame report, where Gary Woods will pick the Big O's Pork and Dreams and Super Prep player of the game. Ball is snapped. Lamar Davis has it, and Davis is going to be close to a first down after another gain of 4 or 5, maybe even 6 yards on the play. They're going to leave him a yard shy. They're going to say he got to the 47. So they're going to say he got there. So it's going to be third down in a makeable distance. I think they robbed my man a little bit of that yards there, Gary.
Right.
1:52 to go. 3 receivers, twins to the right. Keys is the H-back, lined up right behind the tackle. 5 seconds on the clock. 3 on the play clock. And they're going to get it to Woods again. And Woods spins away and will get the Falcons
get the first down.
Yeah. At the 49 or 48. Going to mark the ball at the 48-yard line.
That's good news.
The 48-yard line, 1st and 10 from that spot. Clock continues to run. We're officially at the 1:15 mark. Xavier Thompson jogs off.
Victory.
So the victory formation is formed. And Woods downs it. He'll down it right at midfield. So we got here 43 seconds left to go. And one more kneel down will seal this game. One more. Gary and I will take a look at the numbers.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
And then after that's all said and done, one more snap.
Yep, kneel that bad boy.
And that is the final one of the game. As they get it back, win 34-16. So, post game is officially here.
Yep.
Going to take a minute break and come back and talk to you about the numbers behind this game and wrap it up for you tonight. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores and SSM Health at St. Anthony.
Oklahoma City, we're live right now during the Millwood Falcons broadcast. And today we have Mr. Milo Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how are you doing?
I'm great. And yourself, sir?
Give us that great title of yours representing Millwood in what capacity?
I am the Millwood Enrichment Foundation president. Also the Millwood Oklahoma City School Board vice president.
Wonderful. Well, right now I know you represent the Enrichment Foundation, raising money. The goal is $25,000. Tell me, what is that $25,000 going to go towards?
I'm going to make you a promise. Each dollar that we raise will go towards our scholarships, towards our students, as well as our teacher needs.
Well, if they would like to make a donation of any kind, where should they go right now?
Right now, Cash App Millwood Enrich OKC. That is Millwood Enrich OKC, MILLWOOD ENRICH OKC.
Wonderful, and we look forward to seeing everyone reach that $25,000 goal, and you have a great day.
Thank you.
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too. Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Welcome to the Falcon Post Game Report. Maurice Prince and Gary Woods here. Want to make sure we thank our sponsors, for our post-game report, which is SSM Health at St. Anthony. Sometimes after a hard-fought game, a player needs the services of a sports medicine specialist, and SSM Health Hospitals has a great team to get a player back in the game from injury, Gary. So, Gary, overall, this game, it's a homecoming celebration.
Right.
You won homecoming.
Yes.
The party was not foiled by the Longhorns. You came, you got what you wanted. You wanted a four-game win streak. You got it now. You wanted to see more from the offense. You got it tonight. You wanted to see dominating defense. You got that, too. What's your biggest takeaway from the game?
Biggest takeaway is that defense did a great job of forcing turnovers. They had 5 INTs. Whenever you see that, you can't help but to be happy about that effort. However, the penalties, that's one of the things that need to be corrected, the total penalties. And, and then offensively, we did see some big plays on the ground in the run game. So I'm encouraged by that. I still think that the offensive line needs to continue to get better, but we did see, some gains in some areas.
Just to let you know, there was a total of 19 penalties tonight. 19 between both teams.
Okay.
Millwood finished with 10 penalties for the night for 92 yards. They did not have as many in the second half. In fact, they only had 1 in the second half of the game.
That's good.
But what we're overall looking at here, Gary, is still a difficult situation overall when you start looking at, total. And let me make sure I get that right, because I'm looking at something and I just realized I might be wrong. Hold on here on the penalties. No, I'll take that back. Millwood did have more than that, and the total penalties of the night was 13 penalties for 116 yards. I was still at halftime.
Okay.
So when we look at that number itself, 13 penalties basically hurt anything that positive that you really want to take from it, because against a good team, it cost you. That's the bottom line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't do that against a team that has some firepower.
So when I start looking at the total team statistics here, the Falcons ended up with 272 yards rushing on the night, Gary. And then when you start talking about that, you're talking about a total night of 361 yards of total offense for them. When it comes to the Chisholm Longhorns, they had 265 yards passing, 86 yards rushing. So when you look at their total, they had 351. The Falcons outgained them by 10.
Yeah, but their turnovers killed them.
The turnovers killed them overall.
Yeah.
So when you start looking at those numbers tonight, Lamar Davis finished the game with 17 rushes for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. Anthony Keys with 5 rushes for 49 yards. Josiah Woods with 17 yards, rushing on 7 carries and 1 touchdown. C.J. Turnbow with 4 carries for 14 yards. Jaden Nickens, 1 carry for 8 yards. And Zaire Fisher, of course, with that safety, 1 carry for -3. Then when we look from the passing perspective tonight, C.J. Turnbull, 6 of 11, 73 yards and a touchdown. Josiah Woods, 4 of 6 for 16 yards. Jaden Nickens led the way for the receivers, 5 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. Xavier Thompson, 2 catches for 27 yards. Donovan Knight, 1 catch for 1 yard. Lamar Davis, 1 catch for -2. And Anthony Keys, 1 catch for -3 overall on the night. But when you look at those overall statistics, the Falcon ground game got it done tonight.
Yeah.
So if I had to throw it your way and I had to start throwing it at you, I got to get from you the Super Prep and Big O's Pork and Dreams player of the game. First of all, the player of the game brought to you by Big O's Pork and Dreams, home of the Big Nasty Tater. They have 2 locations to serve you, one in Edwin and one in Midwest City. Stop by Big O's Pork and Dreams for lunch and dinner. And remember, Big O's will make your meat dreams come true. And Super Prep, featuring the best and premier outlet for high school and college student athletes in the city, state, and nation. Super Prep can be found on its home on CBS Sports Radio 105.3, and look for them on social media. So, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Who is the player of the game tonight?
The player of the game, from where I sit, is Mr. Lamar Davis. 117 yards, 2 TDs.
Well, 114.
114,
but 2 yards. But we'll give him 3 more. He earned that. But that's the player of the game tonight. And the Falcons now will get to stay at home for a little bit of a homestand. They'll welcome the Perry Maroons here next Friday. So it will be pregame is at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Want to make sure we thank all our sponsors: Sunbeam Family Services, OG&E, Millwood and Richmond Foundation, First Security Bank, A+ Lawn Service, Big O's Pork and Dreams, Also want to make sure we thank Chris and Christy Harrison of Heritage Funeral Home, David Threed's Hair Cafe Cosmetology School, Wing Supreme, Narissa Berry's Insurance Agency, and Love Student of the Month, Super Prep, and Perry Publishing and Broadcasting. Gary, we didn't get a chance to score these, but do this for me as we get out of here. What were your keys to the game, and what did you score them?
Keys to the game.
Turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers. Don't give them the ball, but take away as many as you can.
So you got
A plus on the defense. Tackling, I thought the tackling, with a few exceptions, was pretty good. I mean, we noticed that they were able to get players to the ground. But they had some missed tackles, which resulted in scores. I would probably give them a C+ in tackling. They need to get better looking ahead. Running the football, I think they did run the football a little bit better, although I do believe that the offensive line still have some growth ahead of them.
272 yards. What you going to give them, Gary? Come on. What you gonna give them?
I know that I'm looking at technique. I'm looking at how I would give them a B+. And then also the mental mistakes, drive killers, don't give the opposing team. Man, I tell you what, I'd have to give the Falcons probably a C- on that.
Oh, it has to be a D.
Maybe I said C-. It's
13
homecoming.
Okay.
It's homecoming.
And you did win the game. All right.
You won the game, but I will say this, against a better team, you do that, you're digging yourself into a hole.
So the Falcons will look to rebound from that going into next week, so we will see if they can do that against the Perry Maroons. As for Gary and myself, we got to get out of here, folks.
Got to get out.
We have a date to go to Waxahachie, Texas tomorrow and call the Langston football game as they look to go for 2 in a row. They got off the bus last week, and got that feeling back, that winning feeling back. So we'll see you there. Pre-game tomorrow at 3:30, kickoff at 4 o'clock. Make sure you tune in on your app stream by PPBC TV. He's Gary Woods, the coach in the box. I'm Maurice Prince, and we will see you guys next week. You've been listening to Millwood Falcon Football, brought to you by SSM Health at St. Anthony and Love's Travel Stops and Country Stores. Good night.
If I'm being honest, loving you the hardest thing to do, so I keep to myself.